Um, boy, those last two slides were killer, huh? Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our tribute to Jiggy show. Thank you all for being here. This might be a long show, so all are welcome to say some words, share a clip, tell a story. If you have any pictures to bring, uh, you know, we'll have a show and tell and stuff. Maggie, here we are. Oops.
Yeah. No,
didn't
it's okay. No, I'd be doing someone proud by doing that. Yeah, here we are. Hey, everybody.
Hi, everybody in chat. Please forgive us if we don't do too much interaction with the chat, except, for anybody who might be speaking. It's
And
gonna,
for
help.
anybody. Yeah.
Mad because your ass is old.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to just start bringing people on. But first of all, thank you to K-Ride Express for putting that slideshow together with music. I mean, K-Ride did it in a heartbeat. He did it on his phone. I said, hey, can you do something to this? And he, boom, had it in a heartbeat. So thank you, K-Ride Express, for doing that. You've done so much for us. Also to the P's, the Pearsons. Thank you, Jimmy, for sending those pictures of Jiggy along. Thank you. Boy, that meant a lot. So you guys, let's get rolling. And first, man, everybody is going to have so much to say, I'm sure. And so let's get rolling, shall we? Let's jump in with both feet. Hi, Natasha. Natasha Nix, good to see
darling.
you.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, darling.
How's everybody doing?
We're all doing okay?
Shocked still, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. You're fine.
Okay.
So tell us anything you want to say, Natasha. Do you want to start at the beginning or what?
Well, sure. I'll try to keep it brief. We have a lot of people to speak and share, so I'll just give little chunks and we can all share the.
Or you can dip in and out, whatever anybody feels like doing. Okay.
Sure.
By the way, I have to tell you that your hair is glorious.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it is.
It hasn't been touched by a professional since the pandemic started, so this is what happens.
Well, we're all looking hairy, but not like that. That's great. You've got a little natural way.
Yeah, it's all natural.
It really is. Yeah.
Okay, enough us interrupting. Go, Natasha.
Sure. Yeah. No. It's interesting. I guess I'll start at the beginning. I met Jiggy at Contact in the Desert, and it must have been 2018. I hadn't really started my show proper yet, but I had gone there to do guerrilla recording. I didn't have any video equipment at the time, but I was there to do audio interviews. And I got an interview with Jiggy. I saw him walking by. We started talking, so I interviewed him, and we talked for about an hour. And we got to know each other through that interview, and he talked about his near-death experience and how that affected him, and going through the aneurysm experience and all that and coming back. So he had a great story. And the reason no one ever heard that audio was because the audio was messed up. I had made a mistake in recording it. So it was just messed up. So it was unusable. So I had this canned interview with him. But we had exchanged numbers and we kept talking and, just developing a friendship long distance. And then I flew to Boston and was on their show. And I think a lot of people that have watched the show have seen the episode where I was there.
I watched it.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So I'd never been to Boston.
Yeah.
But
he swore to get you fucked up, and he did. Sorry.
Yeah, he did. And so I went on their show. Then he came here to go to the International UFO Congress, and I had a booth there. So I graduated from guerrilla recording in the hallway, just kind of unofficially, to having a booth at the International UFO Congress and conducting interviews in my booth. And that's where the encounter with Jay Widener happened, where Jay Widener came into my booth and had like what, Jiggy was sitting with me and we're inside of a booth, so we're cornered in. So Jay Widener puts himself between like the exit of the booth and Jiggy, very confrontational. And I really, I was super pissed, but I couldn't do anything because I knew if I put my hands on him, especially as someone who had a booth there, that there was like a liability. So, it was like, we're in a public space. Someone else is standing over there recording. So we know that they want confrontation. So we're not going to touch anyone. And I had left my damn phone in my room. I kid you not. I was looking for my phone and then realized in that moment that I'd left it in my hotel room before I'd come back down. So I didn't have my phone. I couldn't record it. But that happened. And but we had a lot of fun. We did a lot of hanging out. And then he came back again for a convention called Disclosure Con up in the mountains, up in Pine Top, Arizona. And so he flew in. I picked him up. I drove him up to Pine Top. We stayed in our rooms there during the convention. I drove him back down. I took him to the airport, the whole bit. So we had that 3-hour ride each way to also hang out. And we had a lot of fun at the convention. We hung out with Lee Veltman, who I need to call you Lee. I will. I was just really emotionally devastated over the last couple of days. But that Disclosure Con, what happened was that was a difficult convention. There was some strife with other people there, but that's where him and I appeared on a panel together at the end. And people can find that video online where we're on a panel regarding censorship and the internet. And it's pretty interesting because the other people on the panel were who's those Wonder Guys? I forget their show.
Edge of Wonder.
Edge of Wonder. Those guys were there. So they're on the same panel with Jiggy and me. And, we had talked about this, and he was at one end and I was at the other. And so we got, that was an interesting experience. But then to kind of bookend this part of the story so much, towards the end of that convention, he was not feeling well and he started to get ill. And on the ride back down out of the mountains, I drove a different way that didn't have so many twists and turns and stuff, and he wasn't really feeling well. And I got him back down to Phoenix, and he flew home, but then he was really sick, and that's when he was diagnosed with his stomach problems.
Oh, Jesus.
And that led to one thing after another. So him and I were together on a trip when he first started to get sick. And then he had his one surgery, and they were supposed to do some corrective surgery, but it got delayed for months because of COVID. So he waited and he waited and he waited to have that second surgery. Finally, he got it, and then he was on the mend. And in the interim, I kind of just stopped doing my show for various reasons. But even though I wasn't in the public eye and people really weren't seeing me, him and I continued to talk all the time. So, once or twice a week, we text each other, or we called, and, I called him at Christmas, and we were trying to work out another visit for me to go to Boston to see him. And the last time I spoke to him, we were talking about me going to Boston to see him. And he said, well, he goes, I'm not doing so great right now.
Oh, God.
And basically said that he had to get feeling better physically before he could even have a guest.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that conversation happened. That happened sometime between Christmas and now. It's sometime in the last 2 months.
He kept giving us hints.
No,
Sorry.
Excuse me. No, I didn't mean to speak over you.
No, I did it. Shit. Yeah, he kept giving us hints all along. He kept sort of letting us know without letting us know that he wasn't doing well.
Yeah.
But he was so stoic. He wasn't a whiner. He wasn't a complainer.
No.
Oh no.
So yeah. Okay. So, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. So just that's the way things were going. We were still in communication. We both spoke to each other about personal matters. We talked to each
Mm.
other on a very personal level all the time. And the real mind fuck that I got on Thursday, the day he passed, and my son-in-law, I had told my daughter and my son-in-law this story, and they likened it to a story out of Black Mirror, which was kind of interesting. But I just a lot of times I would go and lurk on the show, but because I'd kind of dropped out of the scene, I didn't really make my presence
Yeah.
known. So I would always pop in, take a look. And I did that on Thursday. I saw that they were live and I popped in, I listened for a second. I thought, well, I need to do something else. And I popped out. And then a little bit later, I got back on YouTube and I popped back in to see what they were talking about. And this time I pulled up the live chat feed. And I saw Rip Jiggy, and someone said I'm going to miss his comedy and his sense of humor. And
Then it dawned on.
I know. I
Oh.
experienced, when you see film of people that like have cognitive dissonance and it
Yes.
works itself out in real time.
Yes.
So this is what I thought. I was looking at them live in the studio. They're talking and people are saying Rip Jiggy, and instead of literally taking it for what it meant, I was like, is he leaving the show? What's going on? Is this his last show? And I thought, what the fuck are these people talking about? So I called his phone. That is going on. People are writing this in the live chat, and I call his phone. Ring, ring, ring. And there are several times that I've called him. Not so much called him, maybe a couple of times, but I've texted him during their live show a lot of times. Like you'd see him look at his phone, and I'm not saying every time it was me, definitely not. But certainly there were times when I'd be watching, I'd text him shit because I was trying to make him laugh and crack
Yeah.
up. That was my goal. I was like, what kind of fucked up thing can I say to him or send him a picture or something to break him up? So I would try that. And but I'm watching the video. I'm calling, but he doesn't look at his phone in the video. And I'm still slowly, not quite fully understanding, what the fuck is going on? Like, he's not answering his phone. He didn't even look at it. Here he is talking, because I was still believing my eyes and not believing the words I was reading in the live chat.
Yeah.
And then I finally did ask. I mean, it seems like in my memory that it took longer than it did, but it probably took me 30 seconds of that to kind of finally say, is he dead? Did something happen? And then everyone said yes. And then pow.
Boom. Boom.
So
yeah, then it starts hitting you, and it hits you over and over and over. It was surreal for us all, I think, and it took a while to reconcile what we were hearing and seeing with what was. Yeah, I think that was like a universal reaction when we heard the news. So Natasha, you got to meet up with Jiggy in person many times, and he treasured that. He considered you like his convention buddy and an ally, and the two of you presenting a duo, a front, like that time you described a defensive team. The defense, he considered you a staunch friend and ally, Natasha, and he talked about it. Bless your heart.
Yeah, him and I, at that Disclosure Con up in the mountains, this is an interesting thing that people don't know. Jacob Chansley, the QAnon shaman, he was there, and I interviewed him. And I've been looking on old devices, like I download a bunch of interviews, and I deleted it off my camera, but I think I've got it on an SD card somewhere. So I've been digging, looking for that interview with Jacob Chamsley. But he was there, and Jiggy was standing right there while we're talking to this guy. And that was our first introduction to any of this QAnon stuff. And there were QAnon people there. and people may have seen Jiggy and Lee Veltman and myself in front of this big. It was like a QAnon map of how this conspiracy was laid out,
Yeah,
right? And we're all
yeah,
pointing at it and laughing, and that's what it was because we were cracking up because it was so nutty that we were like, "What is this stupid shit?" And that's what those pictures were all about. But all that happened during that time. During that time,
yeah.
we also got to really become real life friends with Lee Veltman and hang out with him in person and stuff. And
Oh,
Yeah,
during that time, we all went out to dinner and stuff like that. So,
yeah,
there's a
oh,
few of us that have met up at these conventions and stuff.
yeah.
yeah. What a lovely circle of friends he had. Um,
Mm.
yeah. So you know what? I'm just gonna pop people on here and get a panel
Hey,
going.
everyone.
I've talked long enough.
Mhm.
It's someone else's
Okay,
turn.
but Natasha, if I hope you stick around. If you want
Oh,
to
yeah.
come back and give us an additional story or a vignette, please do. Oh, six drops.
Sure.
I hear your air guitar. Uh, hi, Corey.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm good. No,
As I
I'm
said,
not.
we're all the walking wounded right now, kind of.
Yep.
I know. Corey, you've known Jiggy for 9 years,
Longer than that, like
going on
11
Mm.
years.
like
11
11
years.
years.
I
So,
was I looked it up the other day because I knew it was 10 years because I think he did the 10-year show, and I knew him before even he was on Blog Talk Radio. He was just on Facebook doing the
Mm.
investigations and stuff like that. So this is way
way
back,
back.
way back. Yeah. So can I just say,
Uh,
Danya and Terry and Littles and Smoke King, I'm
Mm.
so sorry.
Mm.
Sorry.
yeah, you
Anyway,
guys,
I just wanted to
thank
say
you
because
for being here. We love you guys.
thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
and
Terry and Littles might not know who I am. Danya knows like she should remember me from way back. And of course, Smoking, I mean, hi. So I promise not to cry too much because if I lose it, then Six Drops is going to lose it and it'll just be bad.
oh,
So.
it'll be like dominoes. Yeah, we'll all start doing the ugly cry and snot and run.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't think I could. Yeah, I got clear. So I'm ready. So yeah, so I met Jiggy on Facebook like way back. You guys have I've never made it a secret. I've always been in the paranormal, and I found his group. And back then, you had to, in order to like go on his page, you actually had to become a hoodies. People will know that from way
Mhm.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had to be a member and all that. And then we just started talking, and he was so excited and talking about his investigations. And he talked about like his childhood. Like we kind of had a similar childhood about, seeing stuff and whatever. I won't get into it. And all that stuff. And he was just so excited about the investigations. And I'll never forget his first, because we were so excited. Now, he might have talked about Diana. We used to call her Lady Di. She was also a big fan from way back when.
Oh, Lady Di.
And he, we used to call her Lady Di. Yeah, Lady Di.
Sorry.
And no, that's okay. And we were so excited because a lady from I think it was a local paper, like Jiggy and the group were like Paranormal Hood were well known in Boston for their paranormal stuff, and she was a lady from like a local paper and stuff like that doing an interview, but it was going to be live, and it was going to be the first time that we actually saw Jiggy like live. So he was so excited. He was telling us, and we were there, and he kept asking us. I'll never forget because it was so hot, and you could tell it's hot because Jiggy always had the towel. Everyone who knows Jiggy with the towel, okay? And he was so worried about his leg because where he got shot, I mean, it was a pretty bad scar. It didn't bother me, you know what I mean? But he was worried about it. I kept telling him, stop worrying about your stupid leg. So he did the interview. It went really well. It was in this tiny little basement room. I mean, it basically had room for a couch, like the lighting equipment. I think it was Buddy Greenberg was doing the soundboard, and just him and this lady talking on the couch. It was about 45 minutes. We were so excited to see him live. I'll never forget that. And stuff like that. And then at some point, I don't think it was too much longer after that he met up with George Lopez, who is, I guess, the producer of Dead Air Radio or something like that. And it was Blog Talk Radio that he got Jiggy on, and that started that whole thing. But that was just the radio. I mean, Jiggy would put up pictures because he liked to be on radio. They weren't on films. He put pictures on Facebook while they were, filming. And did the show there, and we were there every week, and it was so funny because he used to do a lot of the show was done at, I believe it was like his friend's clothing store, or it was like a shoe store or something, and they basically had tables set up, and every week they always had food. You could always hear them eating. I think they had scheduled breaks. And so they always had food because like somebody would walk in, like Ghost would walk in, or Buddy Green would walk in, and you could hear them, have some food, have some, Now back then it was really funny because I used to tease Jiggy. Back then you couldn't even hint that you were smoking anything on the air because they'd kick you off, right? So I would tease Jiggy because I could hear him on the break with the lighter. And it's like, you having a cigarette, Jiggy? Shut up, Corey. Right? And of course, we're not saying anything, right? Because back then, I mean, you would have got kicked off, right? So, and the funny thing about it, and they had somebody sent him this REM pod, and that thing went off so many times during the shows.
What's a REM pod?
Talking about whatever, and this
REM shot,
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, sorry.
Talking about a REM
It
shot.
went off so many times. It was so funny. Anyways, yeah. So I met him like so long ago. And then I was explaining to some people before, he was going to the conventions. He was so happy. He was having a great time. I don't know exactly. It was like a long time ago. He went to one convention and something happened to him. And he changed, and he kind of he went off the conventions. He got really kind of negative, and just, I don't know what happened. He would never tell me. I tried to. I mean, you can't poke Jiggy too much because like he'll turn on you, right? So I didn't want to poke him too much. I thought, if he ever wanted to tell me, then he would. He just never did. And at that time in my life, I couldn't handle the negativity. So unfortunately, I did leave. I didn't say goodbye or nothing, but I left for about 1.5 years. And then all of a sudden, that time went by, and I thought to myself, I really miss them, and, stuff like that. So I went back to Blog Talk Radio, and he finally noticed me. And I noticed there was like hardly anybody in the room. And I was like, where is everyone? Because I mean, like every week there was 2 of us, me and Lou, who was like from Blog Talk. Lou Wi-Fi Illuminati or something we used to call him. He was Jiggy's co-host back then too. And me and Lou used to have to take care of the chat room because like every week there was like 60, 70 people in this chat room, and it was just crazy. So I went to Blog Talk, obviously, and like there's hardly anybody there, and I'm like, where is everyone? And he saw me and he's like, oh my God, is that you? And it's like, he goes, yeah. He goes, you got to come over to YouTube. I'm like, oh, okay. So I went over. You guys are going to laugh. Met all you guys. And I'm like, who are all these people? The only person that I knew was Jiggy. Because Smoke King because I left before Smoke King came on, was Jiggy and Lisa Winston. And I'm like, who are all you people?
And why are you here?
Yeah.
Who are you people?
We're still trying to figure that out.
They're all gone, right? And you guys are all talking about Gaia and David Wilcox and Corey Good. I'm like, who are all these people? Who are you talking about? I'd never heard about these people before I met you guys. And all this, right? And then it carried on from there, right? So, but yeah, it was a good run. I feel so bad. I was telling you before. I feel so bad for Meta. Like a lot of stuff happened to me on Thursday. Like I will tell the quick story I did before. Now, way back when I met Jiggy, Jiggy was working in the bars, bouncing and stuff like that. So he wouldn't get home until late, like really like 5 o'clock in the morning. So Jiggy never woke up till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He never got online till like 6. Sometimes I would see him 7 o'clock in the morning, and I always made a comment. I said, Jiggy, are you day walking? And he'd kill himself laughing because I said to him, you're a vampire. I know you're a vampire. And it was just a personal joke. Thursday morning, I saw him at 6:30 in the morning. Hi guys. Sorry. 6:30 in the morning, he liked something of mine on Twitter. Because you know I'm on Twitter early. This is what I do, right?
Yeah.
So I put on my status, oh my God, are you actually day walking again, Jiggy? And he liked that. Now, I thought it was really cool because I haven't said that to him for a couple of years. So that was number one. Number two, as I said yesterday, I told people yesterday what happened, but my best friend of like 47 years was put in the ICU and debated. It was really bad. She doesn't have COVID. No, it's something else, which I won't get into, but she's doing much better. I did see Jiggy put the post up at 6 for the show. So I'm like, okay. And I was going to try and do it. But as you guys know, I've been really sick and I can't stay up.
Yeah.
And I told you guys, I had talked to him about 5 weeks ago and said, you know, I'm not abandoning you. He goes, no. I know you've been sick and you've been leaving messages that you're just too tired. And I says, I just wanted to assure you I'm not abandoning you again, because I think he was really hurt back then when I left for about like a year and a half. So I went to bed, 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm in bed. I wake up at like 11:15 to go to the bathroom, as women do. Now, as I said, when I go to bed, I turn the internet off my phone because otherwise all night be bzz, 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 bzz. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I just leave the phone on. I never check my messages because usually I go to the bathroom, I want to go right back to sleep. I'm in the bathroom, and as I said, it's not like a voice came to me, you know, I heard it in my head, and it was my voice, and it said to me twice, check your messages. And I was like, okay. I always had this thing, like, if something tells me something, okay, because I've learned to listen to my instincts. So I thought, okay, it's got to be Facebook and Twitter. Went to Facebook first. Poor Meta. I mean, I freaked out on Meta. She had left me an instant message, and she's trying to tell me. She said, like, Jiggy's gone. So I'm like, what, he went to California?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. And she's like, Corey, she goes, like Jiggy passed away. And I'm like, I started screaming at her. What are you talking about? What are you telling me this? And she's like, I'm so sorry. And I was like in shock for like a few minutes, and, you know, and then I'm like, what happened? And she's like, we don't know. And I was like, we talked for a few minutes, and I was just like, what? So I figured, okay. And I said to her, I got to go over to Twitter and find out what's going on. Well, of course, went to Twitter. You guys have all lost your minds. Okay. And I'm like, what? I'm still, I mean, I believe it now. Like at first you don't believe it, right? Like, I mean, I believe it. I'm still, you know, what's really going to hit me is Thursday again. It's going to be Thursday's going to, you know, anyways. Yeah. So, and then thank you, Smoke King, for doing the live stream all weekend. So
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just to hear him and him laughing and acknowledging everyone and just like laughing and crying. And, you know, thank you so much, Smoke King. I think it really helped us a lot. I think this show is really going to help us a lot too. But
yeah, Smoke King. Yeah, what Corey said. Thank you so much for gifting that to us. Okay, the P's are here. P's TV, the Pearsons, the first family of friends. Jimmy, thank you for sending me those photos.
It was an absolute pleasure. Really, really was.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Boy, you were a big part of the Jiggyverse too, you guys.
Well, you could say that. I was flicking through over the weekend, going through like previous messages and other bits and pieces, and you know, it was really, really nice that like I was on his last solo stream, and the thumbnail from that solo stream was my art, which obviously you had in your like montage at the beginning there. So for me, it's nice to know that I'm there forever on that one stream with something that I gave to him, you know. So yeah.
I went back and watched it because I've been like sorting back through the old Jiggy shows, and there you guys were, and your little dog too was on
Yeah.
with you.
No, he's no longer with us now, neither. So
Oh
that's it.
gosh.
Mm,
So
Yeah,
there's some history all the way around.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean,
Valuable.
it wasn't just us. It was obviously Sexy Sarah, Sexy Sarah's English voice.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I know that
And
was
then
so
obviously,
darling.
you know, you've all seen Mika grow up from being a little guy to being a fully grown teenager now with like a proper adult voice and
We were
stuff.
all worried. Yeah, we were all
And
worried about
we're like,
talking for Mika, and you guys don't worry about it. It's okay. No, he's fine.
Yeah.
honestly, he knows more than you could ever imagine. I mean, we've been totally open with him about everything as you can imagine. I mean, all of you that know us know that, you know, we're open books.
As parents, there's nothing that you can say that he hasn't heard, seen, or doesn't know about.
No,
I
exactly.
want to
And
go
plus,
back.
like we would have shows, and we would be talking about some sensitive stuff, and a few people would be like, "Mika's there," and you're like, "Oh, he's fine."
He's not a baby anymore. He gets it. He really does. And I would just like to say that it's absolutely beautiful to see Natasha. It really, really is. After all this time, you know, big love to you, Natasha. You have been missed.
Thank you. No, I missed everyone. Social media started to feel unhealthy to me during the pandemic.
No shit.
Mm.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick too. It has the Rona.
I found it
Social
difficult to
media
make
has
it, like, I have to
or-
kind of pick and choose. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, I really got. But no, it's good to see the Pearsons. I love seeing you guys, and you
Yeah.
know,
We're still about doing our thing. Which is
What,
cool.
Jimmy?
sorry.
We're still about doing our thing. We're there. Hello, Jelly. Nice to see you, sweetheart. John, the beard is looking awesome. Corey, just
Jimmy.
natural beauty as it is.
Love
Since
you.
has gone dark
you.
on us. So, nah. Maggie, looking good, girlfriend. Mwah. And
Yeah.
Robin, looking as dark as ever.
Yeah.
I'm what is
You know,
ever?
I was expecting you like for a full face reveal today and everything.
You know, I thought about it.
You should, Robin.
Yeah,
You should have.
do it. Come on.
For Jiggy.
No, I'm saving that. We'll do a Halloween Jiggy tribute show, and I'll come on.
We're gonna wait till October.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
She gets into a panic state. What can I say?
Oh, no.
Yeah, she really does.
I know. Hi, Jelly Beans.
Hey,
Jilly,
darling.
nice to see you.
Hi,
Thank
everyone.
you so much for keeping chatting with us and all bits and pieces. Thank you so much, genuinely.
Yeah.
Well, if you have any further words or stories, you know, don't go away, or come back or something. What?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking. I mean, I woke up Friday morning to an absolute list of messages. Are you there? Are you awake? Are you there? Are you awake? And I'm kind of one eye open, trying to not trip over the dogs and getting out of bed and just sort of, let's get some coffee. So done that. And then, yeah, everything became abundantly apparent. And
Yeah.
it was tough. Obviously, because Jig's had quite a lot of influence with Mika, and he's always been very positive with everything that he's done, said privately outside of community world and stuff with Mika, as Mika's been growing up as well. You know, Jig's is just as part of mine and Sarah's life as what he was with Mika as well. So we had to wait for Mika to get up to explain it, and that's when I believe someone says the plane crashes into the mountain. It was just from that point on, it became horribly real.
And the world shifted right then.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably, I mean, I know we've got like family and friends of his watching, so I want to try and be as clean as I can, my usual sort of like rude self, and there were other words that kind of, and yeah.
They watched his live streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't there all the time because of obviously the time difference in the UK or whatever, but as soon as I was up, I could guarantee you I'd be catching it straight away. So
Yeah, I was saying the same to Robin. I used to get up and have my coffee to watch what they'd be calling each other or doing, or
calling someone else.
yeah, yeah.
Part of what made their formula work was that they were able to balance healthy, rational skepticism with staying open to the possibility that there is more to reality, quote unquote, than what we acknowledge. And I think that him and I, talked about that because he had an experience of, that near-death experience, and that changed him.
Yeah.
And also, getting exposed to all this other information changed him. And, I had an experience when I was a child. Atypical experience. What?
No, you just froze.
Keep going.
No, I'd had an atypical experience myself, but then again, and I and everyone here, we were just so deeply rooted in science and believing in science, and also not liking dishonest people who were grifters. And part of my conversations with him, and because early on when I started my show, I was talking to Jiggy and I was talking to CW Chanter, and we were all watching each other, seeing what each other was doing. And my very first shows, they were a little tough, but if you go back, and this is not like a plug for my own show, but go back to some of my very first episodes, and I was doing quiz show jokes about Corey Good and David Wilcock with horrible answers to the quizzes, and so him and I, we both, that's something we shared, was that contempt for grifters. And so it's interesting to balance that search for something deeper, something more meaningful in life, maybe even, let's say, something spiritual, but at the same time not lose your goddamn mind and believe anything.
Yeah. 100%.
And I think that battle is what him and Smoke King together did so well, was to
bounce off each other.
That made their humor kind of sharp, but that's what made it so watchable.
And I'm sorry.
That's all right. I was just going to say that their argument and rationale also help to change other people's minds as well. The possibility that maybe not necessarily what they thought they knew was what they knew, and their constructive and well-placed criticisms and arguments over certain things. I know for a fact it's certainly changed my mind on so many things. I know it changed Mika's mind on many things. I know it changed Sarah's mind on a lot of things, so their work was valid no matter what anyone says.
Yeah, and you know what? There's Smoke King. That guy tells it exactly like it is. Talk about some raw reality. True. Smoke King was fearless, is fearless. And he would just come out. I so enjoyed the clarity of thinking, the humor.
You'd be like, what are you thinking?
But I think Smoke King is like kind of this quiet hero too of the duo.
Some of their catchphrases had me in stitches. I pinned one, telepathetic. I said that I used to say that after I did. I think it was Smoke King, and I thought that was hilarious. Some of the isms, that they come at it, they were just brilliant.
Was it Kundalinis instead of Kundalini?
It was perfect combo. The way that they work together, just
Yeah, it just.
What, Jill?
Oh yes. Yeah.
I'll explain that when you're a bit older. All right.
I know, Mika. I've already apologized to you because you wanted to come on the Granny Show, and I said, "Oh, not till you're 18," because I say bad words and shit, and I don't know, what the social mores are.
You're good. You're good. You're
He's
absolutely
used
fine.
worse than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you said that at the time. So Mika, it's good to see you. You,
Yeah.
kid, are you going to be 10 feet tall by the time you're finished growing? Holy crap, you're tall.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm taller than Dad.
well, I'm 6'3" ish.
And I'm
Oh,
about
wow.
5'10",
I'm
just 6 foot.
I'm 6'9" in heels. Yeah.
Jesus.
Aw.
But we don't talk about that at the house.
Oh, I know there are some things that should be left
That's going
unspoken.
to change the whole
Yeah.
dynamic for Jimmy. When he's taller than you, he's going to look down at you and go, oh, yeah.
I know.
And he's patting your head. Oh,
I was
Dad,
wearing-
that's so cute.
I was wearing my t-shirt the other day. I got brought for a really nice Mandalorian t-shirt by Sarah. And I'm wearing this t-shirt and I'm like, bloody tumble dried it. I can't seem to move properly. And honestly, I look like I've been shopping at Baby Gap. And I was like, Lucas come down in his, and I was like, okay, you're wearing the XL, and there me in the kids like one looking really kind of weird. Yeah, I got like full T-Rex. So yeah,
Oh, God.
When you've got
sorry.
3 people the same size, you just don't know what pole to put it on. So
I know we're kind of a bit off topic here, but laughter is the
No,
best form.
no.
That's
Oh,
right.
no.
I was just going to
Oh,
say,
yeah.
it's kind of like the chats we had with Jiggy. I mean, we just talked about it, like everything. all the
Yeah.
time.
Everything. And he
Laughing
was
and
just there for
joking
the
and-
comments. I'm just
Yeah.
there for the comments.
That
he-
is one
he
of the
turned
best
us loose.
phrases.
I know he turned us loose. He let us go. You know, we
Yeah.
flew our freak flags on,
Yeah.
on Jiggy's
Oh,
show.
yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
oh, yes.
Did they fly?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So, so
And he'd sit there and just grin at us with that smile and like,
Yeah.
I
And
rolling
then
his
this is
eyes.
come on.
Forget it.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Okay, Jilly, you and I came. I think you were just before me on Jiggy's live stream, and then I joined in, and this was a year ago, February.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were on first, and then I came on. So, how did you first notice Jiggy? How did you first know about him?
So I had stumbled down the YouTube rabbit hole of conspiracy theories probably back in 2018. And I just kind of watched because I just didn't, I was new to YouTube. So I found channels. I believe I found Paranormal Hood, I think from CW Chanter. And I got to be honest, in the early days with CW, he was in that yelling stage and I couldn't listen. I'm like, he yells. I just can't. I'm like, okay. But then, a few months later, I clicked again because I was subscribed and he had calmed down a little bit and not just screaming the whole time. In CW, if you're watching, I say this with love. You know that.
All love.
And I found Paranormal Hood, I believe through CW's channel. And I watched for like a year without commenting. Because for a while, I didn't even know there was a chat. Who knew? Then I clicked and I'm like, oh, these people are talking. And I'm like, they're not going to know who the hell I am. I'm like, who am I? But then it was actually CW's was the first time I ever put a comment in. And I was like sweating bullets as I did it. And then I started to comment on Paranormal Hood. And because I'm from Massachusetts, and that's where, Jiggy and Smoking are from, it just being from the same state and I don't live that far from them, we already had that common connection.
Yeah.
And so I would go through, so I went through Paranormal Hood's channels, right? And I saw that Jiggy had his own channel. So I had subscribed to it ages ago and I had watched. Funny enough, Natasha, I saw your interview when you guys did the panel. I had seen that. And actually, I found your channel, Natasha, through Jiggy's and watched all your old videos too. So I was subscribed. And one day, I got a notification that Jiggy was live on this other channel. So I joined. And by this time, I've already been around now for like a year on Paranormal Hood, So, and I remember him saying, you know, oh, he was just testing this out, this new StreamYard thing, not going to be here long. And then shortly afterwards, he started doing his live streams. And I remember him saying it was a way he wanted to get to know the people that had been coming to Paranormal Hood in the chats, like especially you, Cool K. Oh my God. He was dying for you to come to bring you on so he could at least see you in person because you're the OG. We will always remember that. Cool K's the OG. So, and you know, and I think, you know, he created that space that was just amazing for us. I mean, Rob and I would have never met you and Maggie and Six Drops and then the Pearsons and Jonathan.
Because that was exactly, because that was the first time he ever saw me on film. Exactly. Yeah. Sorry.
And it actually was, I think he also was cautious with who he invited onto the panel at first. But he knew the names from Paranormal Hood. So I think it was after like his first or second live stream, he asked me if I wanted to join. And I really had never been part of anything like this. I don't have a channel. I'm not a debunker. I'm not like anything. So I joined. And so, you know, we all know that he did have to have that, you know, he had his colostomy bag, but he had it reversed. My mother had a colostomy bag. So that was like another thing like we talked about because I knew what that was like because I took care of her. And you know, it takes a lot to defend me. And people that have watched me, I have no shame. I read Urban Dictionary. So, you know, you know, and I go with the flow. So I just started to keep I just kept joining and I ended up owning Urban Dictionary, but that's okay. It was like I had a job and I read Urban Dictionary.
The queen of
and
the
I
Google
did it with as much class as I possibly could. And I did actually I had put this in the chat the other night that so we were playing with voice changers at one time, if you remember. And I and I had never read like a YouTube transcript before. I probably should have practiced, but I did Lauren Leisenhower. And somehow I ended up like weirdly hitting on Jiggy as Laura with the voice changer. And I'm gonna find that and timestamp it because I gotta clip it because we started talking about spaceships. It was just it got so inappropriate. And for you know, his mom and everyone else in the chat, I apologize. But it just was the sort of fun that we had. But and of course, I kind of became his unofficial admin for that channel somehow too, because like Jill send the links. Jill do like Jill keep track who wants. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm your secretary. Natasha, I'm sorry. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, you triggered me with something, which is amazing. So we're at Disclosure Con up in the mountains, and I don't really have a show now, per se. So I can say this. So we were together at the bar when Laura Eisenhower was falling down fucking drunk. And we were there. We had all left Disclosure Con. We were there partying at the club. And we're all having a drink and we're kicking back, and she is like needing to be held up. She is so fucking drunk. And then they take her to the restroom and she's like on the floor. And so we're witnessing all this. And this is part of where, like, I'm really talking shit now, but this is true and I witnessed it. So I actually made some memes about it that I would send to him and share. That I wouldn't share publicly, but they were pictures of her and.
Hey, now's the time.
So they're fun. Yeah, I might unleash those.
Hey, so, we're gonna. This will be a long show, so anytime you want to pop in with a meme, do it.
Well, Jiggy did actually tell us a little bit about his encounter with Laura, and I think that's part of the reason why I did Laura too,
just to see who she was.
Yeah.
I do have a bit for Jiggy.
Yeah.
And that is, do you know what I said as soon as I found out he had passed away?
No.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah. Hey, soundboard.
That's Lewis Black.
The soundboard, yeah.
I want to know who.
Okay, I would give anything right now to hit him with the soundboard. you all know, you only went through it for a couple of years. I've been with the soundboard for 11 years. I kept threatening him.
Well,
I kept threatening him. I was supposed to go see him. We were talking about it just before the pandemic started. And of course, then Canada just cut right off and nobody was going nowhere. And I kept threatening him. The second I see that soundboard, it's being destroyed with glee.
no,
I said,
you
on
can't. We
air,
just
I'm
got
going
to
to
take off the
stomp
front,
and
baby.
jump on this thing on air, okay? And he would just kill himself laughing because seriously, 11 years with this thing. But as I said, now anything that I could be able to tease him about this stupid soundboard. I was laughing yesterday with him on this show, doing the special that's Smoking did, and he's all over the soundboard. I'm like, yeah, you're still at it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, I had downloaded some apps and I had a song, and I apologize, called "Suck a Dick" that I would play during Jiggy's live stream.
Yeah.
And I gotta find it. That was because I was like, if he's got a soundboard, I'm gonna get a soundboard app. And I'm Googling shit trying to find it. And I had a song that was "Suck a Dick." So there are live streams where that is sung, not by me because I don't sing. And let's all just acknowledge that Robin made the soundboard.
Oh yeah.
Cool
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I'm not on the
That's
soundboard.
right, Robin
John
made the
Side's
soundboard.
not. I know Jimmy is, but Robin, you
Beep,
are
beep, beep.
forever on the soundboard.
Cool whip.
Yeah.
And then that you're just mad because your ass is old. That
Yep.
was a dedicated blurb. So Jilly,
Because your ass is old. That's right.
Yeah. I
Jilly,
did that a long time ago. I
Jilly,
just had to.
Jilly, have you come prepared with perhaps a little urban
Of
dictionary
course.
offering?
No.
Because
Of course I did. But because it is Jiggy, I went not too raunchy because we've all done that, but I did find two.
Oh,
I had a choice of like I remember, so one time I had, like all of us, we all had conversations with Jiggy outside of YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And one time I remember him telling me like Jiggy was different things to different people. Some people it was getting jiggy with it. Some people it was this. And, everyone had that person, a piece of his persona.
it was
that
a
you
personal
thought he
relationship.
was. But it's like, I was very grateful that I got to know Joey a little bit. And I'll always be so grateful that I got to know him a little bit outside of YouTube. And it's very funny when you get to know him as Joey and just not Jiggy, because there is that Jiggy personality that he was, even though that's truly him. But, when you talk to Joey, it's another side of him.
Deeper when it's
behind.
It was Joey. It wasn't. I mean, Jiggy. But when you're talking to Joey, it's
it was very strange. But I of course have an urban dictionary for him.
Who did that? Oh my God, who did that?
Is either Natasha or Jimmy?
Is that Natasha?
Hey.
So
that's beautiful.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, peace and quiet, please. Ladies, if you've got them, smoke them. 3, 2, 1.
One.
Smoke weed every day.
There we go.
That
I
makes
didn't know this was a group sport.
So, Urban Dictionary on Jimmy's channel, it started out where all those girls took a turn reading one, and then I ended up owning it, which is fine. But the way I did it in the beginning was I read it like a bedtime story, which made it even more funny. Like I'm telling you a good night story about how you're going to do a Cape Cod steamer, and we won't get into those details because we all know what that was.
Well, we do now.
For today's reading,
I want to know.
Natasha, I'll find it, and if I need to do another rereading, I will. But I would delete them afterwards because I didn't want to keep them on my phone. So for today, in honor of Jiggy, I have found this Urban Dictionary. I actually have two. This one is I got a real short one, but this is one that I liked the best.
Okay.
So it starts with Jiggy, and it just lists reasons like what it could mean. So just think of Jiggy every time I say something. Jiggy, down with it. You're down with it. Jiggy, having sex or messing around. We all know he was well traveled. Jiggy, exclamation that means sweet or tight. Nah, not so much him. Another one was Jiggy. All right. So not the best, but we got some sentences.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, we always have to use it in a sentence.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Getting jiggy with it. No. So I sang. Or yeah, I'm getting jiggy with that. Then it was I got jiggy with your mom last night.
That's Jiggy.
Gator boots with the pimped out Gucci suit. Jiggy. Jiggy, you all right? Everything jiggy over here? The sentences were actually funnier.
He doesn't even have a fucking grave to spin around in yet.
If I can't read
God, Natasha. Natasha.
He is killing himself laughing at us.
Girly.
Okay.
Woo.
Well, so we're taking stance, and what was the slogan? Do your job. So I can hear him. If I didn't do this, he'd be like, do your job. Anyways, so the other one I got, which is a nicer one for him, that is just as Jiggy. When a person is dressed well or looks good, and we all know Jiggy knew he was tall, dark, and handsome. Let's face it. That outfit, Jiggy, you should have gone head and cop up with that. Oh, she's Jiggy as all hell. So I didn't want to be too raunchy today for that, but if you would like raunch, I am more than happy to provide that service.
No.
Hey,
do you remember Robin's gonna kill herself laughing. Hang on, Robin.
Dukes
Remember
have
the
PayPal or Venmo?
very first one that he gave
Is Robin
me?
still awake?
Wait,
sorry.
Who?
Is Robin still awake?
Yeah, she's still awake. Yeah.
Okay.
And I haven't used this either.
Remember, Julie?
Can
He used
I?
to make people read
you
them.
guys
Remember,
shush.
he used to make people read them. Oh, sorry.
Go
ahead,
Corey,
Robin.
go. No,
Oh.
you.
He used to make people read them. Now, the first time I didn't know what any of this stuff was. Remember? Did you remember what mine was? Because Robin said she'd never seen such a best reaction. I got the glass bottom boat.
Oh yes, that was a classic.
Remember, Robin lost her mind because I'm reading along and I was like, I refused. I wasn't reading it. I don't think I did. I read it in my mind and I'm like, why would you do this to me?
Well, like I said, everyone took a turn at first, like, you know, because I know Robin read one, you read one, I think Deb out of mine read one. Then when it was my turn, but then it was, I think it just was, I was either the only girl or the way I did it, I ended up owning it, and then people were egging me on. Do you got one? Do you got one? I'm like, you guys got to help me out because I'm done with the poop and shit. Like, we're done with that. Like, I need something better. So anyone that would like a replay, I can Google these. And for you, Natasha, I can look back for the Cape Cod steamer. Just make sure you really want to know what it is.
I've seen Deuce Bigelow, so I think I have an idea. It sounds very regional because if it's anything like a Cleveland steamer, then I don't need to go there.
It is. It's anything with steamer. It's the same principle. Put it that way.
Okay, enough said.
Yeah, identified by different regions. Hi, BGs.
Hey, darling.
Hello,
BGs.
Hi.
Aluminum.
Yeah. Hey,
Aluminium.
Oregano.
Yeah. Aluminum.
Oregano.
Me and Jiggy will always be on this. It is aluminum.
Aluminum.
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
Aluminum.
I didn't even get my lips wrapped around
It's
it.
football, not soccer. Okay? Football, not soccer.
You put your
And
boot
again,
in the
I'll
trunk,
just say it.
not a boot in a boot.
You know, oregano.
Right, we're going to drop out and let someone else come in, okay, guys?
Are you talking? Can you guys hear me?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right.
Don't listen to John. You don't ever listen
I
to
just
John.
want to pop in. I just want to be really quick. This one's hurt me really badly.
Yeah,
I've
all of us.
been struggling for days, you know, and Jiggy was such a special person, and you know, watching back all those shows, you know, it just reminds you that fuck, he was a great person. He was
Yes.
such a
He
good
was.
person.
Yeah.
You can see how he's been raised so well, and the love that he shows for everybody. Everyone was an equal, you know.
He always mentioned everybody and greeted everyone. Yeah.
Absolutely, everybody was equal, and everybody got time, and you know, it was it's just hard, you know. Like, I know everybody's feeling it. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and pay my respects, especially to his family, because I couldn't imagine what they'd be going through right now. You know, imagine like how hard it is for us. Imagine how hard it is for them. You know.
True.
So I just wanted to drop in and say that, and say much love to everybody, because I know we're all feeling it.
That's very well said. Thank you.
Okay, and I'm gonna drop out now.
Bee Gees, we love you.
Okay,
Thanks.
Thank you.
Take care. We love you.
And
Beautifully
it's
put.
emu, everybody. It's emu.
Aluminum.
Much love.
Jiggy's with me.
I
Jiggy is
love
right
you.
here and screaming at me. Emu. Okay.
Oh God!
Got the last word
Beautifully
in.
put. Beautifully
Yeah.
put.
I
Bee
think
Gees.
Lee Beltman wanted
fine.
to come on and say something.
Oh.
You want me to send
Okay.
them the link?
Could you? Okay.
Yeah.
What? What? Tasha? Tasha? What?
Sorry, yeah. Do you want to say something,
Chime quick.
Jonathan?
In
Sorry.
part because I have to leave at 2:15 my time. It's 2:07, but I have a previous engagement with reservations, so I have to go at that time.
Okay.
But before I go, you know, to me while Bee Gees was talking,
You're breaking up, honey.
have a loved one pass away, but then you have all these randos from the internet that know him. You know what I mean? And then having to deal with all that. And I, of course, cracked a joke because I knew that he would have laughed. And he knew how I was anyway. But at the same time, it's certainly, if his family did see this, I certainly would mean no disrespect because, A, I know his sense of humor. And he would have definitely laughed at that. But I think it's important to acknowledge that whether you ever met him in person or whether you only knew him through chat or online, that he was a real person that whether you met him in the flesh or not affected people, and that interaction had an effect on people that was positive. And it's everything that you would say about someone at his age passing away and how unexpected it was. Everything sounds like a hollow cliche when it's
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
all of us. We have deep emotions about this, and I come on here and I crack a joke, but in reality, I just spent 2 days crying.
I
So
know.
I'm only able to
We get
come
it though.
here and
This is
do
the way we
this
were.
now
This is the way
because
we all were. Yeah. Can I just say something quickly? Robin, did you see that Danya said she wants to come in?
Yes, I did.
I will.
Danya, I sent you an email. Danya, I sent you the link in an email, sweetheart. Oh, we'd love to have you.
Sorry, I didn't know if you saw it. Okay.
Yeah, and Lee can't come on. He lost his brother-in-law last week.
Sorry, Lee. I'm so sorry.
I sent Lee. So I just want to say, I told myself I was not going to cry today on stream. I've cried so much, and it's only because I wanted to honor him with laughter and who I was on stream.
Yeah.
Instead of all of us
it's hard to kill me, but I am going to fake it till I make it today. And Natasha, I'm sorry, finish what you were saying, honey, because I know you have to go soon.
No, that was it. You know, that was just it. That, you know, if his family saw this broadcast and saw me crack that joke, I would just let them know that he was a brother to me. And anyone who knows him would know that he would laugh at that kind of shit. Because that's the kind of friendship
Terry was
we
killing
had.
herself laughing before at us, so yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And I'm hoping to find out, and not to pressure the family at all. Like they set a date for a ceremony,
I
but
think it's February 26th. Yeah.
I guess the location is still up in the air, and
yeah, well, we're going to be doing it remotely, all of us friends. And somebody said, I hope it's going to be live,
Yeah,
so
it's gonna
that
be
it
live
gets
streamed.
shared with the rest of us who loved him.
yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Natasha. Thanks for
Thanks, Natasha.
Yeah, thank you.
coming
Well,
on, after
It's
your
great to
absence.
see you again.
Yeah,
And
no, thank.
and
Yeah,
beautiful
it's great to see you,
sentiments.
Natasha. I haven't seen you for a long time.
She was one of our first guests
Yeah, you were
on the
saying.
Grannies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
intermittently, I've stayed sort of touching base with you, Natasha, and you said that you weren't well, and I said I'll check back with you or something. So good to see you here. Thank you.
Yeah,
Good to see
it's
you.
good. Yeah,
It
bless
is.
you.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll hang in the background for another 4 minutes, but it's really nice to see everybody, and
Yeah.
your kind words are nice, and it's good to be able to talk to other people that have these kind of feelings for Jiggy,
And
and
shared memories.
who
Yeah.
love him and respect him enough to come out here publicly and talk about what a good person he was, because he definitely was. And I guess that's what I meant, just to wrap it up. That it sounds like a cliche that oh, he was one of the good ones, or he's gone too soon. I mean, all that shit's true.
It's true
But
though.
it sounds kind of hollow to say
He died too young. I mean, it's just it's like a bunch of
All
cliches.
those things that are all the cliche things
Yeah.
absolutely are truth in this case.
Yeah.
All of them.
Hi, Lisa, honey. Hi, Lisa. Sorry.
Okay, thanks again, Natasha. Okay, I have to
Thank you,
turn my
Natasha.
attention to the green room.
Okay. Okay.
Jiggy's mom's in the green room.
Okay.
Oh.
And I'm going to bring her on. And also Lee Veltman is okay. So Lee, I'm going to bring you on. Hi, Lee.
Hey, Lee.
Hey, Robin.
Hey, darling.
Hey, Maggie. Natasha, Six Drops.
Hey, Robin, can you check your IMs for just a second?
Sure.
Sorry, go ahead, Lee.
No, I'm glad y'all are doing this. It's been a rough few months for a lot of people out there. So,
Yeah.
We're okay.
I gotta
As you
say,
said,
I love your guitars, Natasha.
Oh, thanks.
They're beautiful.
Thank you. What were you saying, Lee?
He hit mute.
Just that, I'm glad we're doing this. Remembering Jiggy and all the good times we had and all the just great things that happened. Like his Disclosure Con in Congress were so long ago for us.
Yeah.
So many crazy things happened.
I remember him talking about that. He had so much fun.
Like and him flying back, and I didn't know he had the altitude sickness and all that other stuff that happened for months and months afterwards. Kind of.
Yeah.
It's just been a hard shock to live with, and now this on top of all that with everything else is just.
Yeah, you wonder how much a human can bear, in regard to loss and what we're all dealing with, and now this.
Yeah, and just the stress. I mean, who knows? Yeah, it was just so. I mean, we all knew that. He hadn't been well for a while, but we didn't think anything like this.
I didn't know to what do. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna bring on Jiggy's mom, Dania. Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, darling.
Let me just say quickly, I did send Terry the link through Facebook Messenger, so she needs to check her messages. And if you need me to go to let more on, Robin, just let me know.
Thanks.
Michael,
Yeah, we can have 9 people on here. We're not at the limit yet. So, Dania, sweetheart, how you doing?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, it's okay.
We love you, sweetheart.
We're all here for you and your
so
family. Yeah.
Dania, you know that I know what it's like to lose a child. So my feels are with you, sweetheart.
Yeah.
It's okay. So I knew he was going to die.
Aw,
I talked to
honey.
him last Saturday, and you know, we talked about everything. You know, when he talked about his grandfathers, and you know, both of them were dead, but he never met my father. My father died when I was a little girl, and he was talking about my father and asking me a lot of questions, and I had to go in my little mind and you know reiterate to him the things that I knew about my father. And then he was talking about his grandfather, who you know I had talked to a week before he died, but Joey was there when he died.
Yeah.
And so he was talking about his grandfather. And when I said on the phone, I'm saying, okay, so what is this that he's bringing up all of this past? And then it hit me.
Ah,
Oh, he's getting
Oh
ready
my
to go.
God.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay. And I
mom, you knew.
for a long time before, I'll tell you when I found out in my heart was October when he took his granddaughter to trick or treat and he put the picture on
Yeah.
Facebook. And I'm looking at him and
Yeah.
I'm going, not my son. Because he was
He
getting
was so
so thin, because he was a big
he
guy.
was so skinny.
And I'm saying,
Mm.
okay. And that in itself, he was preparing me for that day because I got up Thursday morning and, you know, in my mind, in everybody's mind, I get that still small voice that says, call that person. And he
Yeah.
told me to call, and I'm like, okay, I'll call Joey. But my husband, a lot of you know, so my husband just come home from the hospital. We had nurses in and out. My housekeeper came in to help me do some things. People were coming, and then the last one that was here was one of my little friends that I call my daughter here, and you know we were talking and everything like that because she's going through some things, and even though I'm not a counselor anymore, you know I still talk to people, and so you know I was letting her out the door, and as I'm letting her out the door, the phone rings, and I'm saying to myself, then I got to call Joey, and I'm saying, well maybe that's him. And I'm saying, no, because his radio show is going to be any minute, and it's Liz. Liz never calls me. Okay, Liz is his girlfriend, was his girlfriend.
Mhm.
She never calls me. She always emails me, texts me. I don't know why anybody texts me because I still can't figure it out. But, you know, she always emails me and everything like that. And so I said, okay, this is cool. To myself before I even answered the phone. So I picked up the phone and Liz said, and I said, me? And she said, where's your husband? I said, he's upstairs. And I don't knew he was sick. And I said, she said, well, can you get him? Because, you know, somebody needs to be there. And I'm like, Liz, I said, I can't get him because he's resting. And I told Christine to tell her he just got out the hospital. So I hear all this noise behind her. And I'm like, all right. And so then she finally tells me, well, sit down. And I said, I am. And she says, well, I have something to tell you. And I said, so tell me. And she's like, and I said, okay, let me tell you, Joey's dead. And she's like, well, how do you know? And I said, because I'm his mother. Okay, and mothers feel these things. You know, Ron, because I know you probably felt it in some way too, you know? And because I knew, because see, Joseph liked to cook. Joseph liked life. He liked living life on his own terms. Okay? He liked everything. Apparently, he liked all of you. Because me and his sister were still trying to figure out when did all this whole radio thing happen because he was such a private person. Because it took him a long time to tell you all of you that he had, you know, his stomach problems. Well, my mother had him too, and my mother came out of it, and he came out of so many things. He got shot. He had he came out of so many things. I'm saying he's going to come out of it in October. I realized, no, he's not. He's not. And I think and I know in my heart what really happened is as he was going down, okay, when he made this decision to cross over, it's because he couldn't take it. What I'm learning from his father is that, you know, he would talk to his father because they didn't have the best relationship at first.
Yeah.
And then they were getting friendly and everything like that. And, you know, his father was telling me some things that he told me, and then I was saying, okay, and I concurred because telling me those things. I just knew that he was going to go. You know, and he went, and apparently he went with a smile on his face. I'm upset. I'm going to miss terribly because when the COVID came, then we couldn't see each other and everything like that. And, you know, then his stepfather got sick, and it was, you know, my only thing is I wish I had seen him one more time.
Oh, honey, don't
see him
I
in
know
school.
we have guilt. We have survivor guilt in regard to why didn't we pay more attention? why didn't we do a little more? We could have, don't kick yourself, Dania.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is
I'm
when
looking
you're
up
a
because I at
mom.
least get a chance to talk to him. Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
Go ahead, hon.
But I got
You broke
a
up.
chance to talk to him. I wish I had talked to him. I wish I talked to him Thursday before he died. Then again, I might have been talking to him as he was going, and that would have really killed him.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So
Oh honey. Yeah.
yeah, but
So
but I appreciate all of you because I didn't even really realize, okay, how many people impacted his life. Because again, he was a very private person. So when I would come on the radio station, I would let everybody know is there, say hi. And most of the time, I turned into a pumpkin at about 10 o'clock. So I would be asleep, but I would have it on.
That's why I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you, yeah, Corey. And I would have it
Can
on.
you all hear
And I
me?
would be asleep. So, who knew?
Yeah, exactly.
But
She's always hi, and then she would say, okay, I'm
right.
going to bed.
That's
okay,
my oldest
we have
rat right there.
Oh, hey, Terry.
Terry. Hi, Terry. Good to see. I've never met you before. Welcome, sweetheart. Oh, what
Nice
a
to
pretty
meet you
thing.
virtually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you too.
I wanted to say I really, really appreciate everything that you guys are doing. I have never, ever, ever been so impressed and so touched. I didn't know how far Joey reached people, and this has been really, really this is beautiful. It
It's
really
okay,
is.
honey.
And my whole family is like really touched by this. This is remarkable.
Well, it's Jiggy's fault.
It is.
He
Yeah.
caused us to love him.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yep.
And this is
Instead
what we
of him
would
telling me
do.
it's my fault.
Now
it's
cover your
his.
ears, mommy. I know my brother could, but in the
Your
end,
mother
all,
heard him
and he
say all
loved
kinds.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard him all the time. You know what I mean? That was just
He
him.
was good.
I mean,
Oh,
he
I don't
really
know.
was.
I'm in Brockton. We're
I-
having weather issues here.
I'm in Mass, so
You're
I
having
feel
weather
you,
issues
Terry.
there?
We are planning a
I'm
celebration
in
of
Delaware,
life for
but with
him.
it snowing out there.
Right now, the only problem we're running into is finding a venue that will accommodate everyone vaccinated.
Oh, jeez. Oops. Oh. Oh.
I know
I
it's
didn't
It's
even
February
consider
26th,
complications from the
Yeah, I didn't
pandemic.
feel that either.
Oh, I know.
That's a
Oh.
very
Okay,
special
so I just got a notice that somebody's trying to enter and there's not. Don't show again.
She'll try.
Okay.
She'll probably try to get back in.
So it's snowing here in Massachusetts. To make it, and I'm sure Jiggy is like laughing just like everyone else. It was 60 degrees yesterday, and today it's snowing. So this is typical New England weather. So that's what Terry's talking about. Weather is nuts here.
Yeah.
Hashtag mass pools, I guess, right?
Yeah, you guys have really got pounded because Jiggy used to
And
make
to be
fun of me
perfectly honest,
because usually if we had a
that's
storm
why I
here,
don't
it came
miss
to
Massachusetts.
yeah. Danya.
Where you at, Corey? You're
okay,
in
so
Canada, right, Corey?
Yeah, I'm in Toronto.
okay, so Terry is still loading. I'm gonna bring Mike. Oh, 1, 2, 3,
Hey.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, StreamYard, you're not letting me have more people. I'm entitled to more people.
I will go, Robin, for a
I'm going
little
to
bit.
take this time
I'll
to
go
bow
for-
out because I have to go to an appointment. And I just wanted to say to Jiggy, Joey's mom, and his sister Terry, I didn't really meet you, but it's nice to meet you. He really touched everyone who's here. He touched their lives. He touched my life in a really positive way. And I'm so sorry for your loss. And we're all here for you as a community to support you. But we know that, you're his real nuclear family.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the real nuclear family is everybody that loved Joey and everybody that Joey loved.
Mm.
We don't discriminate. who he loves and who his family. You are all our family.
That's right.
So the same for you. If we
Yes,
can do anything
sir.
for you, I will I will email everybody personally and give everybody a personal thank you. So you know what I mean. You can email me or whatever. You can email Terry. We're a non-descriptive family. We have so many family members that are not our blood.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
and we don't care about. We do not
Okay.
care about that.
Yeah,
All
a
right.
lot
Well,
of us
thank
do.
you so much, and God bless you
My
all. Thank you.
my
No,
my oldest niece.
Bye,
thank you.
Natasha.
Bye,
Thank
Natasha.
you.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
coming.
Take care.
Thank you, Tasha.
you.
Be
Bye,
well.
Natasha.
Like I was saying earlier, we are planning a celebration of life for Joey. We're gonna do it the weekend of his birthday, the 26th and the 27th. Right now, we're just trying to find a venue that's gonna accommodate the vaccinated and unvaccinated because my younger sister, her youngest daughter, they're unvaccinated, so we need to keep them safe.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
So we're trying to find something outside of Boston because Boston has a very rigid restriction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, if nothing else, a virtual meeting. You know, if you're reduced to that, you can always fall
Exactly. Just
back
do it on the line.
on that because
Yeah.
boy,
Yeah.
so many of us would join up
Oh
to
yeah.
Oh,
witness
I
that. So if you
love
can't find
that.
a
we
real
have
brick and
somebody
mortar venue,
working on something behind the scenes to do something that can have it go live and with everybody there also. So I've my mother put this on me and I've been delegating to different
Yeah.
individuals to
Yeah.
help
That's the way to do
process
it.
this.
No, no. In
It's a
my
lot.
defense, the reason why I put it on her is because I'm not in Massachusetts. I'm 4 states away. Okay, and she knows everybody there, and I just still I'm dealing with the funeral home, which I really should have put on her and done the other stuff. Okay,
No,
um,
I
and I'm
am.
okay.
I'm based here. Everybody else is in Delaware, so it makes more
Yeah.
sense for
And
yeah.
not
And
only
Terry, are
that,
me.
you the
okay.
youngest?
Well, I'll tell you what. If you want
I'm
to
the
switch, you
oldest.
can deal with my ex-husband.
Ah,
I'm just
what?
saying. You know
Say that again.
that has been. I said I
Huh?
just in case Terry doesn't want to deal with
I'm
all
the
that. She can
oldest.
deal with
I'm
my.
56.
Oh God,
Are
you
you
look like a kid.
Oh no, mommy, I'm just
Oh yeah.
thank you.
You what?
You're that old.
No, you know what? You know what it is. I'm going to be 74 next month,
Yeah.
and when the
Huh.
grandkids want come to
Yeah.
the door, I have to say, okay, you're, and then you're, and then you're. Okay, then with Terry and Joey and Rena and Aisha, I kind of know how old they are, but
Yeah.
Kinda,
forever.
kinda old, Mom.
I
I
have been
know
saying to
exactly.
Joey, I have been saying to Joey, okay, is your birthday the 24th or the 25th? And he's like, the 24th, Mom. But then
Yeah.
later on, he was saying, I understand how you started doing that because I'm starting to do that. Terry knows, okay?
The
I know
25th now, I'm so confused.
I know that her birthday is in January, so I saw her a gift around her birthday. Please. Okay, I'm lucky I can remember my
Jeez.
birthday.
Wow.
That's real.
Yeah.
Oh
That's too funny.
God. Yeah, the people in the chat are saying that Dania and Terry, you guys both look young. That's not
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
Thank
Jeez.
you.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
yeah,
look young.
okay.
Did you
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You
you
don't
know
have a
what, Terry? You
damn
Definitely.
can tell
wrinkle,
how old
Dania.
I am.
I look like the
Terry,
bottom of a gorilla foot. I have so many wrinkles. Look at your
I
smooth
know what
face.
you look like, but we can't see you, Robin. I don't understand how Robin does that. I come on here, Maggie's here. We come on and we talk about once a month, right? Okay.
We're trying to
Maggie
convince her to
said I
show
can
us
see
her.
Maggie,
She's
but
not doing it.
Robin never shows her face. Okay.
No.
What? Oh yeah, you can
Robin,
say that.
hello?
Look at you. Look at you with that smooth skin. Don't,
Robin.
Dania. Let's get real.
Just
I don't
saying,
have
what
any
would
And
eyebrows
Jiggy
the
though.
want?
legacy goes on.
I don't have any eyebrows though, okay? I look like the guys that were. I look like Biden and Trump. Okay, when they were running against.
Oh, Robin, we all know you got a
What the
piece of
hell?
shit camera. Just go ahead and turn it on.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what Jiggy
I keep
wants.
freezing,
Just
so I'm gonna
saying.
bounce out. But Lydia Morales,
Terry.
Yeah.
I don't know
What,
if you all are connected with her.
Yeah, we know Littles.
She
Yeah, we know Littles.
one of the
Yep.
contacts. Also, she's handling the paranormal side, the paranormal hood side. So if any of you all want to reach out to her, she's updating on a regular basis any updates that we have for the celebration of life, and she will definitely keep you.
Yeah, I've seen updates already.
Well, the weekend, the 26th and the 27th. If we got to do it in the middle of the street, I don't care. But we're gonna celebrate my baby brother's life.
That's right.
It's a date. It's a date, sweetheart.
We'll be there.
Yes.
We'll be there, honey. Thank you so much,
Thank you
you
so
lovely.
And
you
God bless
lovely
all of you all, and thank you so much for the love you shown my brother. So much love.
We love him
we
so much.
so
it was
appreciate it.
easy. It was so easy. It was
Exactly.
Thank you all.
So
She's like,
bye.
you didn't let us go.
Hey,
So.
Terry, 1 second before you go.
Huh?
1 second before you go, I just want you to know there Caroline is in the chat. That is that was Joey's roommate.
His roommate?
And she wanted you both
Oh,
to know that she's here in the chat. So
does she want to come on?
Oh, okay.
and she, you know,
I
she didn't have a
posted
way
my
to get
number in
contact
the
with you.
chat.
I actually no, Robin, she just wanted to okay.
Show
I
up.
posted my number in the chat, so
I will
please
look for it,
tell her to
and
look
I
for it.
will yeah.
Oh, okay, Terry, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you all.
And I'll look for it too,
Nice
because
to
that's
meet
what I
you.
do. I Google shit, I
We'll
look for
talk
shit,
to
I
you
send
later.
links. So that's my job. But I just wanted to tell you that before you left. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you, Caroline. I know about the situation, and thank you for trying. Thank you.
Yeah.
She really did try. She really did try.
Condolences.
Understand something, Caroline. No matter how hard you tried, he wanted to go. He wanted to go.
Yeah.
So you did
I
your
know,
best.
but I'm not trying to
And I
hear
thank
that,
you
mommy.
about
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen,
this is
but you
gonna
gotta
take
hear it because
time.
you gotta understand it. He wanted to go. He wanted to go. So we have to accept it. We have to grieve. We have to accept it, and we have to love that he has gone on.
Yeah.
He's where he wants to be.
And I know many of you guys feel guilty for not doing more. You know, that's a part of grief too. Give yourselves a break.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys, you know, give yourselves a break. You know, life has been hard lately for all of us.
Everybody.
You know, so cut yourself
Give
some
yourself a
slack.
break.
Everybody. Yep.
You know, as Donia said, if he wanted to go, like there was no way to stop him. You know, Jiggy.
No.
Yeah.
And
he was
no way to stop him because he wouldn't go to. Me and Smoke King were talking about it earlier, and even Smoke King said he was trying to get him to go to the doctors and stuff like that, and he said no. I know my son. I know my son. Okay.
Yeah.
We talked about lots of things, and we went through this at the end with my mother. You know, so my son does not like people fussing all over him. I mean, you know, in the way of the television, like that. Yeah, but he doesn't like anybody fussing over him. He doesn't like anybody crying over him. All this stuff, and he just said, you know, I'm out. I'm done. And he left. And I have to.
That was Jiggy, though. That was who he was.
That's who he was, and I have to accept it. Do I like it? Of course not. No mother likes that.
Nobody,
no mother likes that.
Honestly, I'm the same way. I'm the same way as him. I don't want to be fussed over. I don't want to be, you know, let me do my thing, and I totally get it. But I still feel guilty.
Yeah,
I'm guilty for a little bit. You know,
I was actually telling him to. I was telling him to go to the doctor. I was telling him to go to the doctor also.
Yeah.
He kept trying to tell me I'm so skinny. He kept saying I'm so skinny because I'm a vegetarian. No.
I'll eat
No.
vegetables.
Well, he stopped being a vegetarian. He was eating meat. Let's face it.
Well,
Yeah.
he
He
was
was
telling
trying to
everyone
be
he
a
was vegetarian.
vegetarian. But that's
He
not
was
his first time because we all tried to be vegetarians. We tried to be vegetarians, he and I, for about a year and a half, and it just didn't work because
It
I'm not
didn't.
giving up my chicken without a fight. You know,
Yeah.
I don't care about anything else. Okay,
I
my
could give
chicken
up
Yeah.
pork.
and the
I couldn't give
Patriots.
up meat.
That's right. Don't you?
Yeah, okay, just really quickly. I know I said I wasn't going to blab during this, but this was the last conversation I had with Jiggy, and it was the Monday before. He says, "Hey, Robin, been feeling like crap lately, honestly. Just don't like talking about it when I'm live. I'll be live sometime this week, just not sure what day yet." Um, he was very
Wow.
gentle with that statement.
Mm.
And I think Dania,
Yeah.
I think he knew he was ready to say goodbye.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
just
Yeah,
like I said, the conversation that we had last weekend, last Saturday to be exact, and I'm thinking when I hung up because I have to process everything,
oh
and I'm
yeah.
like, oh, you're gonna send me goodbye. And I didn't want to look at it, but then I looked at it. I dissected that like for 2 or 3 days, and that's why I said, okay, Thursday I'm gonna call him. And then I don't know, you know what I mean? I knew for a long time that he was going. You could
Yeah.
tell his body
Go
breaking,
in,
he
yeah.
was
Yeah.
telling me and things like that. I don't think that he gave up the fight. He just gave up the idea that I can't eat anymore because he wasn't eating any food. And he
He was
liked
tired.
he liked all the cooking. He liked all the preparations for everything, for birthdays and everything like that. I can sit here and tell you that for his birthday party, his 12th birthday party, he did all of this stuff. I just did some of
Oh,
the cooking, okay? But he gets with me. He has been cooking with me since he was old enough to stand on a stool. What you cooking? What were we making? So I have lots of cookbooks. He would get his cookbooks, and he would book, Mommy, let's try this. Mommy, let's try that. Mommy, let's try this. And he just loved cooking. He loved life, but he loved life healthy. And he would tell me, I just feel somewhat healthy. My body is breaking down. He was in pain every day.
Yeah.
Every
was.
day.
I could see it on his face.
Every day.
Even though he didn't say it, I knew it.
Yeah.
Because I knew my mother was in pain every day. So I know that my husband's in pain every day right now. So I mean, you have to accept. Do I like it? No, I'm going to tell you that right now. But you have to accept that he wanted to go. And Carolyn, I thank you. I will talk to you, Carolyn. You did everything you could, and I know when he said, "Yeah, he's a grown man and mind your business" and stuff like that, because he said it to Smoking.
Yeah.
But we gotta love him when we have to accept that. And all of us loved him, and apparently you all really loved him, and I love that because I really didn't know. I knew the radio show and everything like that. I knew that it was a real good radio show and it was a hit and all that. I really did not get to know you, and I hope that I get to, other than Robin and Maggie, really, and now Gilly did too, because every time I go on, she's on mine. You know what I mean? So I will be on. I might be asleep, but I will still be on.
Yeah.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart, each and every one of you, for loving him, for growing with him. He got to go a lot of places. He got to do a lot of things. He got to, investigate a lot of things. That's what he did.
That's what he wanted to do.
That's what he did. That's what he wanted to do. And now he's out there somewhere investigating further.
That's right.
And
he's going to give us proof.
I wonder if even Michael said it today too. I wonder if he got the answers he was looking for.
Yeah.
I think
you know what? Jiggy had many answers on his own. He knew shit. And he was, steadfast and stoic in his stance and his belief. He knew shit. There was no more for him to find out. He proved
Yes, Jeanette,
stuff
I will
over
adopt
and over.
all of you. I had to answer somebody's question.
No,
that's
no,
fine.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hell yes.
He used to read books when he was young and then ask me questions. I said, how the hell do I know you're reading and not me?
Oh man, that's a tough kid. I had a kid like that too. Boy, they're hard to raise. Jesus.
Could you imagine Jiggy as a child? Oh my God.
You know, and one time I was actually kidding with him, but one time I said, Jesus. He said, what's wrong with you? I said, I feel like an alien. He said, you do, so do I. And I was like,
uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, Mom.
I didn't really read it like that, but then I had to sit back and I had to listen to what he was saying because he said, I never knew you did that. You felt like that because I feel like I'm an alien too. I feel like I'm from another planet. And then he began to tell me all the things that he saw and that he dreamed about and stuff like that. I said, I just opened up a portal.
Yeah. See, Mom.
And he would talk about things that I did not at all understand. So, and I didn't even pretend that I did. I would just listen to him.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because even with you all, okay, I come on the paranormal hood. I don't know what the hell you all are talking about.
I don't know a lot of it either.
I'm learning to. I was on there and I will still be on there with Smoke King Continues, which I know he will. Smoke King.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it is going to take a break. Yeah.
I will be on. I still won't know what you're talking about, but I'm there to support you. But on the other hand, he's the one that encouraged me to get my YouTube channel. So he would come up and see. It was all about cooking. So he would give me little recipes of do that, things that I, all that kind of stuff. So he supported me. I mean, I'm just one of those mothers that, okay, if you like it, I love it. I might not know what you're talking about, but as long as I'm not like that, we good.
Yeah.
I know I said I wouldn't blab, but I gotta tell you, okay, Dania, I did not know that about Joey. I did not know that he was adept in the kitchen. All I knew was that he ragged my ass about cooking because, hey, I know my way around the kitchen too.
Yeah,
Damn it.
I was thinking the same.
And he used to just kick my ass over cooking. Oh yeah, Robin, caramelized onions. Don't you talk to me about caramelized onions.
Literally the chicken that seasons itself.
A chicken that seasoned itself because Dania, confirmed this with me. A chicken, there's something about a chicken. You don't have to really do much to it if you don't want to, because it creates its own, salt and pepper, maybe a little butter. You don't need to do you don't need to shove up a lemon up its ass or the rosemary sprigs or any of that. If you cook a chicken, man, it does it on its own. And Jiggy used to just rag my ass about that chicken thing. I had no clue that he was good in the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
I had no. I'm just finding that out today.
All the time. And she was about 5 or 6, and not just with me, with my mother. He even did better with my mother because my mother was a chef. She was a nurse, but she had her chef. I don't know why she didn't practice it. She did actually for about a year, and then she went back into nursing. But no, he can make any kind of thing. I don't know.
He used to make
I just know about turkey.
What, Jilly?
He used to make the Portuguese jag all the time because that was something we used to talk about was linguiça, because not everybody knows what linguiça is if you're not from Mass.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what linguiça.
Well, his grandmother was Portuguese, that's why. So he made a lot of the Portuguese foods. But he could cook anything. He could cook anything. And I've missed for years just being able to cook with him. I saw him last physically on my 70th birthday.
Yeah.
So, like I said, and then after that, COVID came in and stuff like that. And,
Oh, but you had that. Yay.
But I saw him, we talked live on Facebook and stuff like that. But,
Yeah. Oh, Dania, we're all gonna be processing this for probably years,
Wow.
months,
Yeah.
because this was
And
such an exceptional experience for
Yeah.
everybody, and we didn't realize it at the time,
No.
how
No.
significant this man was in all of our lives. You know, just looking back, it blows my mind that he established this standard, the Jiggy standard. You know, what would Jiggy do? You know,
That's our
and
mantra.
yeah, WWJD. You know, I think there should be T-shirts because, damn, you could rely on Jiggy
Yeah.
to be
Jiggy was always right.
absolutely candid and straightforward. There was no pretense about the man. You know, in this, in these times, there are so few solids in our lives. Jiggy was a solid.
Yeah.
You know, and I think as time goes on, more and more people are going to realize that. And it's,
Yeah.
you know, to be treasured. I don't mean to be sappy or any shit, but damn, what an impact the man had
Yeah.
on all of
He
us.
did. He did.
And
He
then
had
he
an
left us,
impact
the
on me.
asshole. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He had an impact on me when he had, first of all, he was 11 and a half pounds. So they
Oh,
handed me,
Jesus, criminy.
and I wasn't very big then.
Boy, a
And
glimpse
they
of
handed
things
me
to
this
come.
baby, and I said, is this a baby or a turkey?
And he came out wearing shoes and socks and smoking a cigar. I know, fully
Yeah.
grown.
And Sassin.
And he came out looking at me as if, I don't know whether I want
Yeah.
you for my mother or not.
Or he was like, get ready. Get ready.
Here I am.
You have no idea.
11 and a half
It was a real
pounds.
ride with him, trust me. All I can say is that other than, okay, I made my kids a promise. I said, if you find your way downtown, and it's station 4 for us, you know, in the police station, I'll see you when you get out, because I'm not coming.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he did. The one time he was in jail, he didn't call you.
And he got in trouble. And it was because he was out and he was after curfew, and he got smart with the police officer, and they arrested him. And they took him down to station 4, which was like right around the corner from where we lived. And they called me because I wasn't home. Okay. And we didn't have cell phones and all that kind of stuff. So then they called me and said, you know, Mrs. Webb. And I said, no, Mrs. Webb. At that particular time, I'd gone back to my maiden name. And he said, well, we have your son down here. Would you come and get him? And I said, come and get him for what? What did he do? Well, you know, he got smart with the police officer and stuff like that. And we arrested him to teach him a lesson and stuff like that. I said, well, then teach him a real lesson. Lock him up, but it's Friday night. I said, I don't care. I said, lock him up. Okay? And somebody but me will get him in the morning. Well, my brother, okay, was an attorney. He's still an attorney. So, you know, you would think I would call my brother. And I pondered with him. I said, no, I'm not calling my brother till in the morning. I called my brother the next day and I said, your nephew is in jail. He said, what? I said, because he got smart with the police officer. He said, so did they tell you that you could come down and take him? I said, yeah. I said, they did. I said, but I wasn't going to go get him. You go get him because I'm not going to go get him. My brother didn't talk to me for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks. My brother would come out. He lived in his own house. We would come to my house, look at me, and do whatever. Where's my nephew? Where's my niece? Like, okay, well, talk to me because I'm not doing it. And he never went to jail again.
No.
Oh, you're my kind of mom. You are my kind of mom.
He told me about that. I laughed so hard. He told me about that. He's my mom left me in jail. I'm like, well, you probably deserved it.
Duh.
The thing is,
I'm on Dania's side.
I learned from the older women because I had a woman that when I used to work for Head Start, I had a woman who put her house up, you know, and everything, and got you know, put her house up. I think, you know, for bail money. I had to think of what it was, and you know, everything like that. And then her son skipped town, So she almost lost her house, but the judge felt so sorry for her. He said, well, you got to pay the bail money. So you got to pay it monthly and stuff like that. So that was my green light to say, if I have any kids, any boys, any girls, whatever, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I learned from watching older people. And then, you know, because I was a school counselor and stuff like that, I would have parents, we would see the kid do something. I would have parents come in there and say, well, no, he didn't do that. Oh, really? Well, let me show you. Now, that wasn't him, okay? And you see it on television all the time. Some of us, not all of us, make some of the little nuts that they have out there instead of just disciplining them and saying, okay, look, I ain't going. So I've been lucky. I've been very, very blessed because they have not been to jail, okay? They have mouse on them. You know, and I know that you have all heard the stories, you know, about how I used to beat him and how he died and came back to life. I let him come back to life too.
Yeah, walk it off. Just walk it off, man.
Well, the best was when he told us the story about you catching him skipping school because you busted him at Brigham's having breakfast. Because of all places, he skips schools, goes for breakfast, and guess who walks in? But mom. And you just looked at him like, those are the stories we love.
I'll never forget it. The school called me and said, because his aunt, well, this is so stupid because his godmother rather was the school counselor. So she called me and she said, where's Joey? What's wrong? I said, what do you mean, what's wrong? Okay. And she said, well, he isn't in school. Well, I was at work. And I said, well, okay. So I said to my boss, I said, look, I got to go for a minute because I got a call about my son. I said, go ahead. Because I worked for the Boys Club for years. This was years ago. And I got in my car and I sat down and I said, okay, where would he be? And I said, bring him. I'm going to bring him here to me like, fool. Even I would do that. Yeah, he was a handful. He was a handful.
Yeah, I love the story so much.
What happened to Mario? He got here and then
Mario. Well,
Canadian Wi-Fi.
And Michael's having trouble
my
coming in
Wi-Fi's
too.
just fine.
Yeah.
Michael can't get on either. He keeps trying.
Yeah, Michael keeps trying to get on.
So I'm just going to drop off for a few. Honestly, I need to just go have a
pop
cigarette.
in and out.
I know so
Lord
bad.
knows we don't know how long this
And then
is
I'll
going to
be
go
back.
on. Okay.
Well, I'm
take care.
We could just tell
Bye.
stories for days. Love you.
For days.
Donia, my sincerest condolences. You know how much I loved your son. He was just an amazing person. And I just feel grateful that I got to know him. But I'll be back. I'll be in the chat.
All right.
Okay.
All right. And I'm gonna go out too because my granddaughters and I have got to get ready. We have to watch this football halftime. I am not watching.
Oh yeah. Today is Super Bowl Sunday. And one thing before you go, Dania, I've been going back and watching some of Jiggy's shows, and Jiggy had us live stream last year on Super Bowl Sunday.
I remember on
Here
Talk
we are.
Radio, he'd have the basketball games on, and they'll be he's live in the middle of a show, and the team would score, they'd all be screaming.
Isn't that is so cool? So many stories. Yeah, but Jiggy broadcast 1 year ago today on Super Bowl Sunday. So that's all I wanted to say.
Donya, I just want to say I really wish I had words of comfort for you. No, I loved your son. He was a great person, and that's a reflection of you.
Exactly.
So,
it really is.
I'm really sorry.
Well, you know what? This proves that, you know what I mean? You always wonder, what did I do wrong? Did I do this right and everything like that? But this just proves that he was a good boy and that everybody loved him and he did well. And I thank God for all of you. I'm glad that you all loved him. I'm glad that he got to know you and you got to know him, the real him. But some of the things that you know, I don't even know. But
we talked about a lot of shit.
Hi, Mario. We see you.
We did. But I'll be back again. Maggie and Robin, I'll probably come on Wednesday with you all.
Oh, we would be so delighted.
If nothing else happens, because again, you know, and please keep my husband in prayer.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. He's part of our hug.
It's been a difficult time for him He's been in and out of the hospital for the past 3 months, and I don't think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
But I'm a strong woman, so you take what you take, and you give what you give, and you let go of what you have to let go. And with that,
Yeah.
I love you all. I'm gonna go see you later. And
Much love, Donya.
Take
Take
time
care.
on my grandkids.
We'll see you soon.
Bye,
Bye,
sweetheart.
everybody.
Thanks, honey.
How are you, by the way?
Pardon?
How do you get out of
You
You press
click
and leave.
the StreamYard thing.
I got it.
Okay, she's almost
Hello?
done it.
Hello?
Hey, Mario.
Okay,
Mario.
Mario.
She was asking how
Hey,
Mario.
Maria.
I got like, hi everyone. I have like 5 minutes. I know Donya had to leave, but if you're listening, I just want you to know, ma'am, that it was very nice to know your son. One of my like dreams was to maybe one day to go to Boston and meet up with him and smoke. Not gonna happen. That's okay. Sometimes you gotta be grateful for what you can get. And he was a great guy, flawed like every one of us. But it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
The last stream we were with him. He was so like, I remember because Robin will always say like, "Oh, I love you" and blah blah. And he'll be like, "Yeah, whatever."
yeah, whatever. Fuck off.
And I'll remember him as that.
The witch is gone.
He didn't pull any punches. He was straightforward, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what else to say except for it sucks. It sucks, and it's a weird time where you feel the loss of someone through the internet and stuff. But that's how much your son was for everyone. He was not just some big dude with smoking weed and talking shit like many people sadly describe him sometimes.
Yes,
There was wisdom in his words all the time. Like when Jiggy got serious, he really got serious, and
yeah,
I wish I would have maybe knew about him before. The pandemic actually would made me get into it, right, with him and stuff. Otherwise, I wouldn't have met him ever, because you have a different kind of life. You're not really here on the internet. But just everyone here, and his family, just know that it sucks, but it's life, and we're reminded of life, and we have to move on. And I'm really happy that even if it was like super tiny part of his life, right? I can't even imagine what smoking is going through. And by the way, smoking, if you're there, hang tight. There's really nothing I can tell you except what I've been telling you in chat. I hope you get through this, the best you can. And there's someone always told me is people never die until you forget them, right? So that's when someone really dies, and I don't think G is gonna die for a while.
We're not letting him go.
If we're not letting him go, I'm pretty sure a lot of people talk about him. There's videos there, and it sucks, but life goes on without him. That's what sucks.
We've got
Honestly,
video.
sometimes. Yeah, and sometimes you think like someone, Jiggy was like in his early 50s, and you think like, oh, I still got like, maybe 20, 40 years.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a good reminder that, see, there you go. And it's,
we don't know.
I guess it's a good reminder for everyone that like, don't think like that way about, even in your real life, right? Like if you know someone and you can spend time with them, just fucking go for it, man. Because they can
go for it, because tomorrow is merely an assumption. That's all it is. What we have is right now. And do it now. Say it now. Love now. Because tomorrow's not a guarantee for any of us,
It's not a guarantee, no. And if you have beef with someone or whatever, that's fine. Squash it soon if you can. If not, move on, because this life sucks, and it goes in an instant. Anyway, I gotta go. I had to move having the nurse to like be here for 5 minutes because I couldn't go with being here.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you,
Thank
sweetheart.
you, Mario.
Thanks, Mario.
Much love, Mario.
take care,
Take care.
everyone.
Yeah,
You're a
keep in
good
touch.
friend, Mario. Okay. Yeah. The gang will live on.
The one thing that's like I think we're very lucky is we do still at this time have the YouTube of his old
Mm.
shows, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm planning on watching some of those. Some that I left early,
Yeah.
maybe just watch some of the first ones that I don't remember when it came on to his show. I might have been the first night, might have been the second.
Yeah.
I just remember Kelly Farmer had Paranormal Hood on her show.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
don't remember the
And don't-
podcast had them or the first Family of Fringe. They had them, and I just
Yeah,
watched them
Fascination
because,
Street. They used to have them on. Yeah,
and I
that's
remember
where I think I met them from.
I watched Kelly's show, and they're smoking weed, and I'm just like,
Hey, my people.
I was just bombarding them with questions because I'm like, okay, what are they into? And start watching their shows.
Yeah.
And just being in the chat. I remember when Jiggy gave me I wasn't the first Ma, I think it was, but it was the first one I never asked for.
Ah.
He just gave me that look, and I still remember there's times I'm high as fuck because, what else am I going to do when I'm off? I'm high as fuck. And Jiggy's, and I put something in the chat, and then Jiggy's, and he might be looking at something past the camera. Someone else is talking. Okay. But I'm like, what did I do to piss Jiggy off? What's going on? So paranoid about it. But just
how
I
funny.
only came on a show, and it was all about that girl that said he peed in backpacks.
Yeah.
That's when I came in
You had to
too.
flush it out. You had to hit the P button. I would die during that. His
Can you
reaction
remember?
to Robin CPT.
Yeah.
That was. I will. I hope I never get Alzheimer's. I never want to forget that.
No, that was the funniest
so funny. I was just like,
ever.
Okay, Jiggy's
You
laughing.
and Jiggy, you were your faces. It was just, and then their laughter just drowned it all out. And Robin hadn't got a clue. Not a clue.
No,
not realize what you just said. That's the beauty part of it. She went for it, fearless, and I applaud you for that, Robin. But I'm going to tease you every day of it too.
Yeah.
That's
and don't forget to, if you can, like even smoking, like watch all the blog talk radio stuff too. Some of the most hysterical stuff you will ever see in or hear in your life. Okay, like there's dead air for like 5 minutes because we're all killing ourselves laughing. I mean, you guys have met. I mean, you met. I think Jiggy said you guys met Kara, his alien daughter. Now, Kara, they used to go to conventions and all kinds of stuff.
I wish she was in this one or the Smoke King.
You have to. She decided to do this, and she came on. People in the chat room thought this was real. Okay, so we just went with it for like weeks. Okay, Kara is the most hysterically funny person you will meet in your life. I don't know if she's probably listening. And she also did one too. Sorry, John. She also did one too that she was Bigfoot's girlfriend and they were living in love in a cabin in the woods. Don't even ask, okay? And this just went on. All these stories and like some of the guests that we got. Jiggy was much more patient back then with people. Like we used to have like anybody could call in and anybody called in, and there was quite a few crackpots that called in. There's this woman, she seemed fine at first, and Jiggy had the patience of God. And she seemed normal at first, and she's had some experiences and this and that. And then she was trying to convince us that her boyfriend was a vampire.
Tell Jiggy.
Some of these
stories like you have to watch. I mean, it's so funny. And you'll see the REM pod going off you'll hear the REM pod going off all the time.
Oh, what a good idea to
I think
show everybody
Jiggy's
history.
Smoking had the link for all the blog talk stuff because there's like years of that.
I got it off the show. I've been rewatching, but I just couldn't. Yeah, I just, you know.
Tell him what you miss Jiggy. Tell him. Tell him.
Where's the soundboard when you need one?
She used to drive that poor dog nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually had a dream about Jiggy last night, Robin.
Really?
And he said, Six, I want you to tell Robin something. You ready? Special message from Jiggy.
Okay.
Oh, you are listening. Okay. He said you're still not off the hook for that 2 million.
Oh, Jesus. I knew it. I knew it. Oh, my God. And it's
Oh my
only,
God.
it's only 1 million.
I had the same dream. He wanted
Really?
me to give you that number, Robin.
He said he was going to see if he had time to come and hit you up, but I didn't know if, so I just assumed, I better just march on by myself.
I have Jiggy blocked in Dreamland, so he can't reach out. He found a way to get to me. And Jiggy, it's only $1 million, you lying sack of shit. It's only 1 million that I owe you. Okay? All right.
That's between you and him. He just said,
I know.
Living Robin, that's between you and him.
Okay,
So,
I probably have to unblock him so that he can get through. And
yeah, I've been waiting to dream a bit. I mean, that's too much.
I honestly thought this was going to go. You're just mad because your ass is old.
Is old.
Yeah, that soundboard thing. Yeah.
Bloody
every time. Every time.
I miss that soundboard.
Yeah.
Oh, the
The more you guys bitch, the more he did it. I'm just like, you're not gonna learn.
He did it on purpose because he knew I hated that. He did it on purpose because he knew I hated it.
It would have been, nope. It would have been fine. The more you bitch, the more he's like, oh, okay.
Oh, I know. He was like everybody's 12-year-old younger brother. He kept poking and and he did it with his soundboard.
Yeah.
That baby cry. Oh God. But okay.
that
we all
soundboard's up in heaven with him now, right?
we bitched about it, but I'd give anything to hear the
Yep.
soundboard.
That's what I said. That's what I said to you guys
on the
before.
other
I'd give
side
anything
with
to hear that soundboard, even though I hated that stupid thing.
That relentless soundboard.
You'll know you got crossed over because you'll hear Jiggy's soundboard on the third parsec of the other dimension there. You just
All
follow
you'll
the
hear,
soundboard.
all you'll hear is, "Can you dig it?
Can you dig it?"
Yeah.
You are an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh God, I know all of that.
Especially when you cross over, because dumbassy that.
Baby.
Hello. Hi, out of my
Hello,
high
sweetheart.
depth, sweetheart. Good to see you here.
Well, thank you for having me. I
Isn't
just
it
wanted
nice
to.
to be had?
It is nice. I have the story of my life. I just wanted to say virtual hugs to everybody, and we are just so gonna miss him. He meant a lot. Him and smoking had my back so many times. I'm gonna miss him so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a solid association with those guys too. Boy, look how our
Way
tapestry
back when.
interweaves. The warp and the woof of the threads of what Jiggy created, and I'm proud to be a thread. We're all threads. My thread is purple. Gotta tell you. Okay, choose your
Mine
color.
is too.
Okay. And we need some magenta and some gold and black. Yeah. Deb.
Silver, okay.
I was just gonna say I got a purple shirt on. So.
Yay!
Yeah, for silvers.
I'm happy to share the color purple with you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites, I have to say.
Thank you. But mine has to be shot with turquoise.
Oh,
those two colors together. Oh,
Yeah.
turquoise and purple makes my heart sing. Uh, okay,
Like the
enough about me. What do
dragonfly.
you guys have to say about me? Okay,
Oh, nice.
what are you showing?
About you?
Oh,
Oh
that's
wow.
my dragonfly, turquoise and purple from
Nice.
Spudwire. I always have it with me. It's
Oh
upside
yeah.
down. I can't. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
don't throw out your shoulder turning it
yeah.
around.
So yeah,
Oh,
it's got a big, massive one. It's a big dream catcher, and it's turquoise and purples and teal, all my
oh,
favourite colours. Yeah,
yeah, my favorite colors too. Okay,
yeah.
Bri in the chat. Hi. Uh,
Okay,
okay,
Brian.
so
Hi.
somebody else is backstage. Oh God. Okay. Oh, Chris Freebird. Hi,
Oh, yeah, Chris.
sweetheart.
Oh, hey, Chris. Hey,
Hey
darling.
everybody.
Chris.
Hey.
Hey, how's it
Goodbye.
going?
Oh, Chris.
It's going okay. And you know what? In celebration, Freebird, ack.
Yes, yes.
Aw.
Yeah. I just wanted to come on and just say a couple of things. I won't spend too much time, but I just wanted to pay my respects. Jiggy was a good friend to my brother. As you know, he's passed away as well. He passed away 6 months or so ago. And while he was having treatment, Jiggy used to check up on him, send him messages, and
Yeah.
and even when Nev was having his radiation treatment, he'd have his phone on and his headphones on, and he'd be listening to Jiggy's chat and sometimes Paranormal Hood. And that was one of the last things. One of the last things he did was listen to one of Jiggy's chats, and he was just listening in, and I was lying on the bed with him, and we're just having a laugh with you guys. And he went into a coma the next day, and he was gone. So it was one of the last things
Wow.
he did, which is really special. And so I just wanted to acknowledge that that he was a special guy. Jiggy had a big heart, and yeah, I owe him a debt of gratitude. I'm glad I was able to track him down and actually, have some conversations with him before this sad thing happened.
Yeah.
He helped me through a few months, so I'm forever grateful to Jiggy for that, and for some of you guys as well for being there.
Yeah.
And so I got a message. The captain's wife, Sophia, sends her regards, and my mum and dad, because they knew how much Jiggy meant to my brother.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so we
and
just
regards right back to them.
Yeah.
Yes,
Your
yes,
sister,
please.
she kept us updated when your brother had died, what was going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
So on the website. So to your sister also. So
Yeah, Michelle, she did a great job doing that.
Big love to
He
Smokey.
was quite. He didn't hide what he was going through. I think he found it helpful to just chat with a few people. So that was it was really
Yeah,
good that he was able to do that as well.
Jiggy had said that because I've been reviewing some of his old shows. And when he first came on, he says, I need to do this because I'm paraphrasing, my life has changed. So I'm going to reach out and get to know people and talk to them and listen to their stories. Jiggy did that a year ago. Yeah, and so look what has happened.
Yeah.
Chris, look what has happened. Jiggy, the man was extraordinary. And we sort of knew it at the time, but now, Jesus,
now we're really
look,
starting to know.
yeah. So Chris, yeah, what an important story you just reported, and your sentiments are just wonderful. And your brother, we loved your
Yeah,
brother,
we loved
and
your
now
brother.
we loved you.
Yeah. Because it was funny because we didn't know for a little while that you were his brother because Jiggy didn't say anything.
I didn't know
That one time
either.
okay, well, I didn't know. And then he finally said one night on a show, he goes, just like, I just let you know that, Freebird is like, Captain's brother. We're like, oh, wow, so I didn't know.
I didn't either. But, oh gosh, what a wonderful tribute, sweetheart.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we just another quick story. I won't stick around
Sure.
too long. But
Take
yeah,
all
he
of your
introduced me to Paranormal Hood a few years back, and to CW's channel because he used to enjoy some of CW stuff as well. And so I never really had time to jump on any chats or watch live streams. I used to watch replays and stuff, but because our families always got together at Christmas and New Year, and that Nev and I would be on the couch at night once everyone's gone to bed, having a smoke and watching Paranormal Hood or something. It's what we used to do. And he'd always, like, every so often he'd send me a message or give me a call and say, "Oh, did you see what happened on such and such?" Used to keep me in the loop with all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, it was
awesome.
a real laugh. It was a real laugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
what a pleasure to hear this.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for sharing.
And we were saying, just quickly, kind of on a lighter note, that we were kind of kidding around on Twitter yesterday because we were all saying, could you see Neve's face? What are you doing here, Jiggy? Jiggy's like, you're rolling my blunts, right? We laughed so hard on Twitter. It was so funny because I could just see the captain looking at Jiggy going, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And then Jiggy, and I think it was Jilly I think it was Jilly that said, she'd be saying, oh yeah, like you're rolling my blunts for me. We were killing ourselves laughing on Twitter. So it was so funny.
Yeah, Nev will be rolling his blunts.
Oh yeah, he's not going to have a choice.
Yeah,
he's not going to have a choice.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't roll fucking blunts. Yeah. Hi, Jimmy. You're back, sweetheart.
Hi, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Hey,
How you doing?
What
Sorry, I
about-
didn't want to interrupt there, Chris. So I was watching just as I was in like the green room, and that was mate.
Totally.
Yeah.
Your brother was awesome, Chris.
Yeah.
It's surprising how Jiggy was like that, though. I mean, like, you think about every single one of us here. I mean, we've got the US represented, we've got Australia represented, we've got Jiggy brought people from all around the world, nations, colours, cultures, faiths, and he judged no one at all. And if any of us were going through anything really, really bad, you'd get that message from Jiggy. I mean, when we were going through that time a couple of years ago when we nearly lost Sarah, Jiggy checked in. Not just with me, checked in with Sarah, So no matter what, as I say, he brought us all together. And if you were there, unconditional love the whole way, innit?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So to hear that, Chris, honestly, mate, love, big love.
Thank you.
Boy, look what Jiggy did. Look what he did. He paid attention to each and every one of us.
He really did.
Was always checking on us. Always, always, always. And, all of us used to check on him too. Boy, look what he did. Hey, Michael, you finally got in.
I had to pay for my internet. I was going to pay my internet on Friday, but I needed to be here. So I wanted to really I wanted to address
take all the time you need, sweetheart.
I wanted to address Danya. Hold on 1 second. Hey T, thanks for coming. I have right now I'm really full of regret because about it, you guys know, about a year ago, kind of had a falling out with Jiggy over some ego bullshit. And on his last live, fuck, I took some time to do for myself. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get my shit right. I'm gonna get my shit right, and I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. Once I get my shit together, because I was just like in a really bad place, and I was just losing it. Tiff knows, man. And I got a job at fucking SpaceX, which is like my dream job. And I wanted Smoke King and everybody fucking, I wanted everybody to be a part of it.
Jiggy was proud of you, Michael.
He was. He was so proud. I told you yesterday, honey. He still is.
I am just so fucking full of regret, man.
Oh, honey, honey,
That's
a
okay.
sweetheart, stop it. We all expected tomorrow to be just the same as it was today.
Exactly.
Sweetheart, yeah, we are all to some degree going through I shoulda, woulda, coulda, I could have been there. We didn't know,
Yeah.
honey. We did
Nobody
not
knew.
know.
And you should take it as you did make amends. You did get back. You were on his last stream.
Exactly.
That's what. There's people who have
That's
regrets.
it.
They
You
were
apologize to
able make that
everybody.
decision.
That's absolutely it. You did it. So you need to
Yeah, you need to
feel
be
better
happy.
about it. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. He
Yeah.
heard your voice. So there
Yeah.
you have it.
And Jiggy
He
made
accepted
no
that.
judgments. Jiggy took no blame. He gave no blame. He was a fair man, probably the most superior human any of us have ever known. Do not kick yourself, Michael, because Jiggy understood.
Yep.
Yeah, of course he
Okay.
did.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Jiggy understood us all.
I'm definitely gonna carry this shit for a long time. Tiffany will tell you I carry the weight of the fucking world, and it's hard because you were speaking about survivor's guilt. I've been deep with that shit since I was in my teens. Yeah, I mean,
Me
most of
too.
you know my background, where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
mean, I wish I would have had like a mom like Gloria.
Yeah.
That's all right,
Just
Michael.
one more moment. I know, sweetheart.
We all feel the same.
Oh, honey.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna fucking send a fucking telescope to Jiggy's granddaughter. I'm gonna fucking help out as much as I fucking can. I'm gonna fucking start some shit. I'm telling you, all y'all is gonna be a part of this shit. I'm making more fucking money than I could possibly spend on myself.
Okay, calm down. Calm down, sweetheart.
Yeah, calm down, honey.
It just
It's
hurts
okay.
a lot, man.
Of course it does.
I know how Smokey feels because I had a best friend from the hood, A-Train Gangster Hoover, Bob Jones, man. He and I both retired at 18 years old from the streets. We both got a job. We both had fucking daughters in the same fucking year, same fucking month. And he just passed away like 5 years ago, and it hurt like a son of a bitch. I thought dude was gonna be around for a long time. He moved to North
Yeah.
Carolina, got a really good job because he just couldn't take it out here in LA anymore. And he was about to get married. The day that he had asked his girl to marry him, he had a fucking stroke.
I'm
So
so sorry.
Smoking, I'm telling you, I know it, man. I know how you feel, brother.
Yeah.
It sucks ass so much. And I just had to come on and say this shit because I couldn't text this shit. I couldn't.
It's
And
okay.
it's really FUBAR is like Tiffany will tell you, man. We was at Contact, and we've been going to Contact in the Desert since 2017. And we befriended the people that we befriend. I'm not even gonna mention their name. And I saw Jiggy from afar walking with a bunch of other people. I'm like, holy shit, a brother. Man, Tiffany was like, oh shit. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna go over here and speak to this cat. But we was
It
with
happened so
fucking
fast
people.
though. Like people were walking by and he went by so fast that we
Aw.
couldn't get to him.
Well, he's so big, so he could walk really fast, right? So,
It was
oh,
just
And he
fucked up because,
stood
like,
out.
I mean, honestly, we was trying to get in good with these people because I wanted to start some shit. Because for the second year in a row, this person was, he gave me his word that he was going to start this nonprofit organization with me because I really want to help other people. I mean, we even got Celestron on our side right now. We're trying to we're sponsored by Celestron. And we're trying to do big things, like big fucking things. I'm trying to get homeless people off the street over here in downtown LA. I mean, I'm trying to do big fucking things, and I just wanted y'all to be a part of it. And fucking Jiggy's gone. It's fucking bullshit.
Well, you know what, sweetheart? We're all still a part of it. None of
we're
us
all
are
still
going
part of it. We're not
anywhere.
going
Uh,
anywhere.
yeah. So, oh, Michael, honey, honey, honey. Yeah,
We had so many chances to like really meet that cat in real life, and it's just like at these conventions, dude. Even at like Conscious Life Expo in 2019, I think it was T, or was that also 2018 that we was at Conscious Life?
I
That he
think
was
it
there.
was 18. Wait,
I can't remember.
19. Sorry.
It was that
It's okay.
time that we saw Danica and Ramon. Ramon was like, "It was so cool."
Yeah.
I'm sorry. All right, I'm good.
It's
I got my
okay.
phone.
Don't.
hey, you good?
I
Good.
really need to get that out. I saw John, man. John was sitting here doing this shit. And I'm saying, I gotta get on, man. Because man, John,
Oh,
I
so
love
so
you, brother.
glad,
Love you too,
so
bro.
glad you're here to share.
I'm
Uh,
glad you're back.
like,
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
glad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it took this long.
Oh, honey.
It's okay.
Oh, don't do
All that
that.
matters is
Don't.
that you're back and everything's cool.
And Jiggy knew. Jiggy knew.
You know?
Uh,
I
so
told you
don't
this
kid
yesterday,
yourself.
honey.
Yeah, yeah. So Tiff, uh,
Mhm.
sweet girl, I'm so glad you're there to support Michael and
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and you were such a fun part of, the Jiggy stuff too. Um,
I,
y-
I
you know,
helped him
you're
make that the soundboard of you saying the Cool Whip. I made that for him.
did you?
Yeah.
You're the one?
Yeah, and I sent that to him.
I never knew that.
Hey, Robin, if
That's
you
funny.
remember, I mean, we're actually we have a mutual friend in the belly dance community, Princess Farhana. If you remember that.
Of course, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That woman is in her 50s, y'all,
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
and
she is.
she's still belly dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah, she does.
man, I think she's 55. Sorry, Princess Farhana.
Wow.
But she does those belly rolls, and
Yeah, she
Oh
does a really good
yeah.
oh,
job at that.
Yeah. Oh
holy
yeah.
She's really
shit!
good at that.
Yeah, she used
Holy
to do a
crap.
lot of hip flipping, and that's my favorite belly dancing. The hip flipping.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
where you make the shit jingle and all that
Both
stuff. And
sides.
I think it's the tribal uh method. But she's gotten into those belly rolls. Holy fucking crap, you guys! If
Yeah.
you want to see some belly rolls, Princess Farhana is the expert. Yeah, yeah. She's still going live too. I see her on
That's too
Instagram
funny.
and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah,
I've got a many friends.
lockdowns have the lockdown has been hard on public performers, and that
Yeah.
was her bread and butter. And God, she's been to Egypt, she's taught classes, she's the expert. She's been doing it since she was a kid, and she's 50, whatever she is now. Anyway, she's amazing, absolutely amazing. And met her personally too. She's
Mm.
here from my hood, and my daughter knows her. My son-in-law knows her. Yeah, so
That's cool.
you guys, Princess Farhana, check her out.
More belly rolls and
Thank
Shanny.
you.
Hey, I'll jump off now, you guys.
Hey,
I'll
Chris, it
jump
was
off.
nice to meet you,
So,
brother.
Yeah,
good to see
take
you,
care.
Mike. So yeah, just
darling.
My condolences on your loss as well, brother.
Give you to the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, big love, Chris.
Yeah.
thanks. Yeah, same to you guys. And Smoke King, if you're there, I'm feeling for you, brother. Hang in there. And
We love you, Smoke.
I'll see you guys around, okay?
Oh,
All right,
we
you
want
guys
you
man.
better be
Mate.
around. You better show up, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll come after you.
We'll hunt you down.
Yeah, we got someone on the other side to kick your ass now.
Yeah. Bye, Chris.
You're ours now.
Yeah.
I
Right
know
on.
there's no escaping the inevitable.
That's
That
right.
just sounded so spooky.
Once you're ours,
now.
Say that again, Jimmy.
Let's not get into that. Let's
Yeah,
be
no.
nice.
Yeah, no, move on. Next subject. Sorry.
I want to.
Let's-
No, Jimmy. I want to hear you say that again because it caught my ear. What'd you say?
It was just as Chris was going, someone in the chat just said, "You're ours now," and I just found that quite amusing because the way it was done, it just sounded like an old horror movie, you know, like "You're ours now." Hey, it just did to me. Sorry about that.
That's
Well,
not
but,
what
Oh, my
but we all know that there hasn't been a great deal to chuckle about lately, so it was, yeah, a much needed break. So thank you, whoever it was.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think Robin did.
She did.
It's a good that ends
Our girl Robin.
We've got to go for play by play here because I can't do that.
No, okay. That was just me.
Sounded
Like, it was
awesome.
just a few minutes ago.
Oh, maybe it was Corey.
Yeah, I said,
We
I
did
said
it.
to Chris, I said, you're ours now. Like, you're not going anywhere.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad. I thought it was Robin.
Wasn't me. Don't. Okay, you guys can't blame this on me. Jiggy, who blamed me for everything, is not here with us. So don't you guys take up that fucking slack.
What would you do about the all-night streams now?
But John said it in his dream that he told to tell me to blame you for everything in John's dream. So
I have
lawyer.
You remember telling me that? See,
I
yeah,
get a
see,
restraining order.
yeah.
Get me a lawyer. You're all going to jail.
I think we got to give it up to lawyer work.
Keats,
So.
we need counsel. Keats, where are you? We need counsel.
Oh, I know. I think Keats was
How
here
much will it take
earlier.
to pay him off?
Keats is the lawyer.
He's a lawyer. You know what? I think I sent the link to CW. I don't know if he's. Oh, maybe I did not. God, you guys, we've been on for 2.5 hours. Okay,
Wow.
but hell, I'll carry on until the last dog is hanged. Okay, so I'm going to.
Who's hanging dogs?
Hold my beer.
Let me go check on my ass.
What? Okay, so I just sent this to somebody. No, that wasn't CW. Oh shit, CW, if you're watching, click on the link in the chat.
Corey.
You just mad because your ass is old.
Oh, yeah.
Corey, remember Jiggy's reaction when Robin thought you were a voice sex worker?
Okay, no, but there's a story. Okay, but there's a story with Jiggy because on Blog Talk Radio, I wouldn't call in. Like, we didn't see each other live. And when I first called into the show, you can ask Smoking. Jiggy lost. My voice sounds different here than it did there. Jiggy went insane. He's like, you were like the what did he say? You're like the best, phone sex operator that there ever was. And you should do this whole thing. He went on for like half an hour. It was
and I came in on that. Yeah.
Everyone was killing themselves laughing. Oh no, Robin, I'm talking about when it originally happened. And then we started talking about it, and then Robin was so excited. And we just let her go with it because that's what we used to do before with shows. we'd get these people come on, and they were like total crackpots, and we were like, oh sure. And Robin was so excited, and I have to have you on the show. Six Drops is still convinced that I could probably get on, like I could probably still do this.
Yeah.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
But it was so we let Robin go on for like half an hour, and then finally I couldn't stop laughing. And Jiggy finally said, Robin, like, pulling your leg, okay, like, you know, like, no. Okay. It was so funny. It was so funny.
I was
Robin
totally
was so
sucked
excited.
in.
Oh, Robin was so
What, they
excited.
took the rib out of you all the time, Robin. I mean, that's where the Maggie show, the 89th night show came from.
Yeah.
Oh, I know,
And then
because
with the sidekick Robin.
Yeah.
Thanks,
yeah,
Smoking.
Jiggy
Yeah. Jiggy
ragged
lost
on
his
us
mind. Smoking was
about
there.
the
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
Smoking.
Batman and
Like,
Robin and Maggie
he
and
remembers
Robin.
because Jiggy, he went on for like half an hour, and it was the first time I called into the show. I wouldn't call in for the longest time. I was too shy back then, and he finally convinced me. I figured, oh, why not? Well, and that's what he used to call me. He was saying in the chat, he used to call me the voice. It's the I would just call it. I would call in and it'd be, hi.
I remember that.
It's the voice. So I was the voice for a long time. It was so funny. It was so funny.
Yeah.
And then he got hooked on Sarah's.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Sexy Sarah's voice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that was so cute. He had Sarah read that stuff, and he said you can read the catalog or the phone book or the encyclopedia.
Well, that's why he likes PG's too, because of her accent. Like he likes her voice too,
Yeah.
because of that, you know, making her say stuff in her accent. So, too funny.
Yeah.
Too funny.
But yeah, you'll see it if you
what?
go to Blog Talk. Yeah, if you go to Blog Talk, you'll see the episode. Seriously, he loses his mind for like half an hour with my voice. I'm just laughing because I'm like, what's wrong with you? Because I'm just so used to it all my life. I mean, all my guy friends used to tease me about it and stuff like that. And I said when I got a cold, it was like way worse. Like my guy friends are like a bunch of sick fucks. I feel like, excuse my language. I would get a cold, they would know they all be phoning me because they want to hear my voice.
Oh, oh God.
That's the one thing about Jiggy is that he would tease until he finally gave in. That was amazing how he did that.
Yeah, but Robin never gave in.
I never fucking gave in.
That's
it was so funny. It was so
He was
funny.
always trying to prove his dick was bigger than mine, and it wasn't. Oh Jesus! Sorry. Man.
On that note, I've got to drop out now, folks.
Yeah, it's probably late for you.
Oh, honey. Oh, Maggie, thank you for being an excellent co-host.
Yeah, you're right. I'm never going to be that. Just in case you're looking from afar. Ever. And much love to each and every one of you, because I feel you all, each and every one of you. And just take care.
Obliged.
You too, honey. I mean, we'll
And
see.
you take good care too, Megs.
It was finally nice finally meeting you as well, Maggie. I heard a lot about it.
I met you from afar because I always did the rewatches, you see.
Oh, right on.
Because
Right
I
on.
like to see what Robin's up to. Because it's funny. Yeah, so take care, everyone.
All right, honey. We'll see you on Wednesday.
See you
Wednesday,
soon.
Mags.
Love you.
See you on Wednesday, Mags. Thanks, sweetheart.
That's too funny.
Okay. Oh, I could hardly wait till she left. No. I'm kidding.
She's gonna laugh. So
emotional.
Mr. Wendell, I remember that. Miss Genocide. Mr. Wendell. I remember that. He used to sing that shit all the time.
Mr. Wendell.
Yeah.
He used to tease you about Mr.
Oh, don't
Wendell.
start that. We're not going to go there. This is a tribute to Jiggy, not about my imagined sex life. So you guys stop it.
You know how funny Jiggy thought her imagined sex life was? There it is.
What?
About Jiggy. Remember how funny Jiggy thought your imaginary sex life was? Now it's about Jiggy.
I know. Well, it's, we had to flip this script. Okay, you guys, here we are 2.5 hours plus. I think we did good, you guys.
Yeah.
You did a great job. Everyone
I'm so
did a
glad
great
that yeah, and even Terry, because I've never met Terry before. Just she was
Me
always kind of
neither.
in the background, and I knew about Terry, but obviously, and Renee, like his other sister Renee, like she's always in Paranormal Hood posting stuff, but I never, I talked to her a little bit over there. But it was nice to actually. I mean, I've seen Danya or I call her Dr. Danya.
Yeah, me too.
And I've seen her for years, so I know her well. So, but it was really nice to see Terry. So,
I
yeah,
didn't know about any of these people because I think I'm the newest friend circle member. I've only known Jiggy a year.
I followed you in.
Okay, so so we
I
kind
got
of like
roped into.
started together 6 drops, and we met Corey and John. I can't remember the sequence or the genealogy.
I've been on the ground in your chat since day one, and I bet you guys on the chill and through Fascination Street.
Okay.
Yeah,
And he was so cool about it. He just let me rattle around all I wanted, and he was so cool about it. Just took me in under his wing.
Yeah.
He was like the coolest dude ever. And I've been around the world from the military, and he's got to be
Dude.
hands down the coolest dude I have ever met my whole entire life.
The coolest dude ever.
Ever.
Yeah. Boy, so thank you guys for
you.
being
Thank you,
here.
Robbie.
Boy, this was, this is always like a big hug. It's all thanks. I think we paid proper tribute to Jiggy in the best way we could, telling stories and telling our feelings. And God, thank you for making this good for Jiggy.
Yeah, and I think it was good for all of us too, because I think we kind of it's a little bit more closure kind of thing. Like we all kind of needed to actually like see each other. Like I mean, like the thing on the weekend. I mean, it was good to be in the chat and we are all supporting each other there, but to actually see each other again and because that's what I said to Danya. I said it's exactly like if Jiggy was here. We always act exactly like this. So nothing's really changed except he's not
I'm
here.
just
You know what
glad
I mean?
I didn't have to call in any mob favors to get revenge.
Oh, I've done that a few times. I'd always tell them, I'm going to sick your mother on you.
I never said that. That came from.
Oh, I did. I told Danya. I told Danya to her face. I said, I'm going to sick you on Jiggy a few times. She's like, no problem.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, you guys, I think I'm gonna end this tribute to Jiggy. Thank you to everybody who showed up. God, made me cry a few times.
And thanks to Jiggy, as KB said, thanks to Jiggy for bringing us together.
Big time.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I wouldn't have known any of you guys.
Except me.
I'd like to thank Natasha Nix as well, because she's the one that actually got me involved with Jiggy, because he had out of the blue he sent me a friend request, and I was like, "Who's this?" I asked Natasha, and she's like, "Oh, he's cool. I vouched for you." And I was like, "Okay." So that's how I ultimately got involved with Jiggy. So yeah.
Oh, right on. That's cool.
Yeah. So you guys, I
Bye,
love every
everybody.
fucking one of you, and I'm gonna play us out with K Ride's collage of Jiggy, and then I'm gonna close it out.
Right on.
Bye everybody. Thank you again.
Thanks,
Rest
Robin.
Everybody.
Love you.
Rest
We'll see.
Love
We'll see.
you. All of Jiggy's pictures from today I've made available on my Facebook profile, and they're there now. So if you want to go and get them, use them, do whatever you want, they're all for you guys. All right.
Right on.
Yeah, Jimmy, thank you so much for your sweet generosity. This collage
worries.
that I'm playing out is from you. And
No worries at
thanks.
all.
Okay.
Right.
Bye, you guys.
Thanks,
Peace
Love you,
out.
love you, love you, love you, and I love you.
Love you.
Love you.